Yo, 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 yo. We are the Weekend Rhyme, the number one weekend hip hop podcast in the game. This is your boy
Good.
RKY. That is Leroy Green. What's good, brother?
What's good? What's good? New music. Little Wheezy. What we doing?
We
You know
got
what
a
I mean?
lot to
Are the
talk
people
about.
happy with the
We got a lot to talk
You know what I'm
about. We got a lot
saying?
to talk about. And I think we got our guys coming through, Super Duper and Mike. We got a lot to
All right.
talk about this Little Wayne, the Carter Six
Yeah.
dropped on Friday. The internet is talking about it. They're saying some things about it. I hear the chatter. I hear the noise, but I'm going to give you my opinion of it. Leroy's going to give you his
All right.
opinion of it. And we got a lot to talk about. But I got some housekeeping things to do today. Right now, we
Okay.
are we are in the building. I need everybody that's watching us on YouTube right now to do me a favor. I need you to go to Twitter if you have a Twitter account. If you don't have a Twitter account, create a Twitter account. It's called X now. Follow us at A2HH the game. A2HH the game, according to hip hop. We're gonna do some things. We got some deals. We got some things we're gonna announce. I want y'all to follow us there. Tomorrow night, we're gonna do a live BET stream of that. That will be done on X. I also want you to follow our secondary YouTube channel, A2HH, A2HH Uncut. Follow that, follow that, follow that. So I need Jermaine Johnson. I need everybody to go to Twitter, go to X, follow us on there, follow us to our new secondary page. This page is still going, but I just want to make sure everybody follows us everywhere because we're going to do things in a, how can I put this without giving away the top secret? We're going to be doing
Uncut.
things in a more grandiose fashion. So I just want to make sure that we lock in. We want to keep that engagement up. But yeah, go to the page. So Mike will be joining us a little bit later. Uh, Super Duper will be joining us. And yeah, that's what we want to talk about. So Jermaine Johnson, follow us, Mike Mister. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on his new secondary page, the uncut page, and we'll go from there. So let's go without further ado. Let's talk about Lil Wayne. Also, going to talk about Timbaland today. Timbaland with the AI, the rise of the machines. We're going to talk about that a little bit today as well, and get your thoughts, get the family's thoughts on what they think about AI and hip hop. We've talked about it again, but officially the news came out this week that he signed his first AI artist. We've heard about AI record labels before, nothing new, but Timbaland has officially gone into the space, and we want to tap in and see what the family thinks about that. So again, as people come into the room, I again want to make the announcement. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on A2HH Uncut, the secondary channel. We got some big announcements coming up. But let's get to Lil Wayne. Leroy, what did you think about the Lil Wayne album, The
Right.
Carter Six?
Well, the Carter Six. So at first I was a little concerned when I saw a different track listing. We gave Little Wayne his props for being Little Wayne. I was a little concerned. But then again, I keep optimistic about it because I know Little Wayne could get down. So I listened to the album. The first song the first rapping song you get out of there is Welcome to the Carter. So I start listening to Welcome to the Carter, you know, and I just listen to that one song, then I call it a night because I got to get up early and do some other things the next morning. So, but when I listen to that first song, I'm like, okay, sound like we doing something. You know what I mean? The syllables in that first verse, fire. The punchlines of that second verse, fire. The beat, the soul sample of it, fire. So I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get something. I listened to it the next day. The next day is when it gets kind of, you know, I don't know. I'm hearing some stuff. It's a little shaky. Now that's my first time listening to the album. Granted, it's a long album. You got 18 songs. It's 19, but the intro is just the intro, so it's 18 songs. It's a long album. So at first I'm like, I think your man might be washed, right? And I'm also seeing the reaction of everybody else saying this is just trash, yada 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 yada. I'm like, I can't really argue the point because I listened to it one time and I'm not really feeling good about it after that first listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? But it's that second listen though, and the next day after that. So on that third listen, now, or we'll say on that second listen, full way all the way through, now I'm feeling a little different. I'm starting to pull out the jewels of it. Now I'm not expecting everybody to um agree, right? I'm kind of a I can find something good about something that's bad. That's me. I'm not expecting everybody else to do that. You know what I mean? So if people don't like the album, hey, you know what I mean? You got no complaints from me. The first time I heard it, I really didn't like it either. It's that second time I went back and I pulled out, like I said, Welcome to the Carter. That's a dope song. Band from NO. I like that song. Flip the Nori song from back in the day. Hip hop featuring Big X the Plug. That was a dope hook. The verses is some of these verses that really, Wayne didn't really come with it as much as he could. Cotton Candy, I did like that song from Two Chains. I know you mentioned the collabs with Two Chains a lot. I got to keep it a buck. I like that song. The subject matter, we could talk about that, but I like the song. Being Myself, Manny Fresh, that was a dope song. I like that song. You know what I'm saying? So I'm now granted, before we go anywhere else, songs like Bells, Flex Up, Island Holiday, Loki's theme, If I Played the Guitar, Peanuts to an Elephant, probably the worst thing I ever heard in my life. Moolah Coming In, Alone in the Studio with My Gun. These are the things that the album doesn't need. Now that's about 8 songs right there. You know what I mean? So I could see if you can't get around them 8 songs, I'm not mad at you. Rari, I like that song. Again, we have a lot of hip hop heads, but Wayne is a pop star, and I knew that was gonna get murky when a lot of the music, because people they think they list something from Alchemist. I don't know why people saying Wayne should work with Alchemist. It makes me think like, do y'all know what Wayne does? He don't work with Alchemist. Like, but anyway, he's a pop star. So when I hear songs like Sharks with Jelly Roll, I'm not surprised by that. You know what I mean? And I like the Big Sean verse. I thought that was fire. Songs like The Days. Again, I think if Wayne on that first verse, there's one part on the bridge where Wayne is saying, I remember counting them days in prison. I remember counting them days on a hospital bed. If that was the perspective of the first and second verse, then I think the song sounds a little different. Because those type of songs are like anthem based type of songs. But I did like the song, but I can understand if people didn't. The last song, Written History, that was a fire song. Now, the song that was really fire that I played over and over, the Wyclef joint, Maria. That song is fire. I could not stop playing that one. Now, a lot of people saying they don't like it, but that song is ingenious to me, and that verse from Wyclef, that verse from Wyclef is super fire to me. You know what I mean? So those are the good and bads with it. So I'm saying about half the album I did like. I think if it was Welcome to the Carter, Band from NO, Hip Hop, Being Myself, Cotton Candy, um, Maria, right? Rari, Sharks, um, The Days, and A Written History. I think if that was the album, that would be fire. That's a 10 piece, extra crispy. That's fire right there. It was them other songs that kind of just that threw it off, man. That threw it off for me. So, I like about half of it. You know what I mean? The first go around, I didn't really like it. Again, I understand if a lot of heads in this space don't like it, but Wayne is a pop star. And my question is the need to evolve as an artist. Is that a necessity or nah? Because a lot of people are saying, well, you expected Wayne to have content. That's foolish. Why would you expect that? And I can understand that argument, and I can't really argue it either. I didn't really like it. Again, I understand if a lot of heads in this space don't. I get some feedback. So I was expecting content. What up, Super? People are telling me that I shouldn't be expecting no content. And you know what? I can't argue. I shouldn't expect Wayne to say nothing important. I should expect Wayne to only have like randomness rhymes, and I like that. I like randomness. So but I'm saying, is that a ceiling though? You know what I'm saying? Is that a ceiling? Because let's say Wayne got really into a, we feel different about the album. That's my only question.
And we frozen here. Hey, we kind of frozen here, guys. Leroy, you froze. Super, you good?
I think it's just Leroy.
Okay, I'm gonna get Leroy out. Uh, before let me get to the super chat real quick. What's up, brother?
Man, nothing much, man. Running around trying to
Cool.
get things
I want.
together on this Sunday.
Hey, let me get to the super chat real quick. I want to give my thoughts real quick. More of a child with the super chat says Slim Thug props in double cup soundtrack. Okay, we'll check that out. Um, let me say this, and I want to kind of counter some of the things that Leroy said. I listened to the album about 3 times, right? And
Hmm.
my first listen to, I said, okay, this is not bad. When the album starts off pretty cool. You've got Welcome to the Carter, you know what I'm
Welcome.
saying? And that which is fire. You got he says, you've been to hell and back, but have you ever been to heaven? Like Wayne is not a random. I mean, it comes across as random sometimes. If you ever listen to Wayne, and I'm not glazing nothing like that, he's very cerebral, and his things that he says connects, and it might take you a couple times to listen to it. But maybe it's just me, but his what he says connects, right? I mean, you've been to hell and back, have you been to heaven? He says,
He's not random.
I don't think that's random. I think it takes thought. I mean, I think he's highly intelligent.
Okay.
He's a highly intelligent MC. He's a highly intelligent man, and it comes across sometimes in his lyrics if you listen. So anyway, the album starts good. I like the Jelly Roll song and Big Sean. I know Super has his comments. I
Hate that.
thought the song was dope. I like Jelly Roll personally. Um, I know people that know him, and I'm not just saying it because this, but I know him personally. Not I don't know him personally, but I like him personally,
Yeah, he's all right.
and I like his
He's
music.
all right.
I thought Big Sean's verse was tight. I thought Big X the Plug record was good. And homie that goes on that record, I forgot his name. Kind of sounded like Baby a little bit, Birdman a little bit. I thought he came off nice. The Bell song was like an homage to LL Cool J and old school hip hop. I thought that came across nice. When I first heard the
Hmm.
Bono record, I didn't like it, but I heard it about 2 or 3 more times, and now I finally get it. It was Bono, Lil Wayne coming together. It doesn't sound different than what Bono does on a U2 record, and I thought it sounded good. What else is on
Right.
the record, man? You said you didn't like the song "My Guitar." I thought that record was a good record. It's a pop style record. I think it works. The Island record I didn't
It's
particularly
a
like, but
Kodak.
again,
Kodak killed
I
that
say
song.
all this to say, and I'm gonna let Super cook up in a minute. I don't think the record is what people are saying it is. I don't think it's trash. I think the record is a decent record. I don't hear I'm not hearing how people say it's a bad album. It sucks. It's trash.
Peanuts to an elephant.
I'm not hearing that. And Peanuts and the Elephant really is not a bad record. I mean, it's not my favorite record on the
Oh,
album, but it's not a bad
it's
record.
painful.
I'm not hearing how
It's
bad people are saying this album's better than Missionary. And you know how I felt about Missionary. It's way better
yeah.
than that. Well, Super, I'll allow you
It's
to, sir, to
Dr. Dre.
what's your thoughts on this, sir?
Man, I'm gonna say this, man. I mean, I was optimistic when the album was announced and we was anticipating the album. I was ready. I mean, I was ready to give Wayne some bail and be like, all right, I see why people looking at him as one of the greatest like that. I get it. I get it now. But this album is not the album that's gonna make anybody feel like that. It don't make me feel like that at all. I mean, listen, I got a lot to say about the album, but since you just brought up Jelly Roll, shout out to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is dope on his own with his own music. But rappers, stop making fucking whack collabs with Jelly Roll. I'm sick of all these songs and all these whack collabs with Jelly Roll and hip hop. Snoop's was whack. Um,
We
I
going
can't think of
country.
one. I can't think
Country.
of one good Jelly Roll collab yet in hip hop. So industry, stop pushing Jelly Roll on hip hop. Let's just get him up out of here. Y'all stop accepting the collabs from him. They suck every single time. If it ain't gonna be fire, don't even do it. You know what I'm saying?
But
The
what was
song
we
with
going
Bono,
country before Jelly Roll? Was we already going in that direction before Jelly Roll? Just a question.
hey, if we're gonna go country, do it like Big X the Plug and that other guy did. If we're gonna do it right, do it properly. Like stop with all these trash Jelly Roll features every time. And for whatever reason, he end up on every decently major artist album. Somehow they squeeze in the track with Jelly Roll on there, and it's trash every single time. The Bono
I
song
think he
just
has a
don't.
lot of relation. I think he was a rapper before he is now, and I think during the years he was a rapper. Those are the relationships we're seeing come out now. But I hear you. But I think that's why he was a rapper, Jelly Roll.
The Bono
You know?
song just don't have no place on the album. Period. Really, like to be honest with you, it's too corny. Like let that should have been left on the soundtrack of whatever movie that they trying to put it on, or at the end of it, whatever documentary that they wanted to that they wanted to play at the end of. They should have left that shit for that. Whatever commercial or feed the children or whatever they was trying to do, they could have left that song and waited for that, and it shouldn't it has no place on the Carter 6 album. I mean, with I just think that this album is just tone deaf to the climate of hip hop. I mean, you got Kendrick with his momentum and his setting up and changing the standard of hip hop, and we got Joey Badass and this little battle that was going on, and Joey is rapping better than ever, and people is kind of hungry for bars and a little bit, more serious rap. And here come Wayne singing. Like I don't like Wayne with the melodies. I hate every last song with Wayne singing,
That's how
holding
he
a
gets his
guitar,
bread.
hitting a
That's his
note.
money.
I'm just saying all the things that I'm mad about. But I'm gonna say this: I think the fans of Wayne are hypocritical, man. I think that if you think this suck, then Wayne been sucking. Like if this is trash to you and you a Wayne fan, Wayne been trash for years, and you just now growing up and realizing that. Like this is what I've been talking about forever from Wayne. Like it's not that like I'm not that surprised that it's really not that good. I was giving him some bail, hoping that he would do better than what he did. But I'm extremely disappointed. I mean, I'm extremely disappointed. I'll give you the same thing, Ron. I agree with you. I thought that the first like maybe 5 tracks were pretty decent, and
Them
then it just
that's
it
that's
just
Jelly Roll.
it just it well not I'm taking Jelly Roll out of there
Skipping out.
though. I'm skipping it.
Okay.
I'm taking that out of there. I'm putting. I mean, I like the 2 Chainz song, but I think that it's too like corny. Like you know what I mean? Like it sounds like
That's his bag though. Corny is his bag. Like that's how
but
he makes
I
it.
mean I'm not even going. I'm not. I only want to say corny. It just sounds like it just don't have that sound that where you even want to replay the song like that. Like 2 Chainz got off. Every feature on this album cooked Wayne. Big Sean cooked Wayne. Big X cooked Wayne. 2 Chainz cooked Wayne. Um, Machine Gun Kelly singing on the song where he on. He cooked Wayne on there. Like everybody just outperformed Wayne on the album. And
Kodak Black,
Wayne
baby.
I just think,
Kodak
like I
Black.
said, I just think that it's a tone deaf album. It's not the right climate of hip hop right now for this album. His fan base has grown up, just like just the same thing as a lot of Eminem fans had to realize. Like once you grow up and you
Is
listen to
is
some of the rhymes, and once you mature like that, then you realize like, damn, this shit ain't really that good. And I just think that this is just that moment for the Wayne fans.
but is the tone West Coast now though? The tone from what I hear in hip hop is West Coast. If you don't sound like the West Coast, we
I,
ain't jacking it.
I
So
mean,
if the tone is West Coast, then what is Wayne supposed to do? Now that's my perspective. Maybe I got the wrong perspective, but what is he supposed to do? That's what I'm gathering. You got Ray Vaughn, you got Snoop Dogg, you got Exhibit, you got Corrupt, you got a bunch of West Coast guys outside. So what? How does Wayne fit into that sonically? You know what I mean? Is that the tone, or am
Man,
I tripping?
Wayne's supposed to be a goat and a leader in this hip hop. This album sound like he been around too many bougie people. Like just too many
He
people
has been.
that's actually just tone deaf to what hip
Rich
hop
people.
culture is even into. I mean, this is your response, you know what I mean, to like missing the Super Bowl and you know what I mean, like you just all the shit that's been
Hey,
going on in your life, you just don't really give us nothing major at all. No feature from BG or Juvenile. Like what's up with that? Where your team at? What's going on
hey, them
with your
not his
life
nigga.
right
BG's
now?
not his nigga. Like them
How did
niggas
you
ain't
go from
cool.
like being looked at as like the coolest nigga in the game to being so tone deaf and corny that you think that this is what the fans want, your fans want? I mean, it's embarrassing for him, man. I feel bad for him, man. The OGs took
Super.
a L.
I
OGs
get
took an L this week, man.
super. I
We gotta take it
value.
on the
I
chin,
love
man.
and
Hey, to
value your
Kel,
opinion, bro. I value your opinion, brother. But I just don't think the album is not that bad, fam. It's not as bad as what you're saying. Because let's go through the track listing real quick. Okay, let me read the
it
track
hurt.
listing out real
It hurt.
quick. I'm just gonna give you. Okay,
It's
so it
painful.
starts off. It starts off with the intro joint, right? Then you got Welcome to
That's
the
fire.
Carter. Dope record. I thought
Now,
Bells was
welcome to the
dope.
Carter. We start there. Okay, go ahead.
I thought Bells was dope. You know what I'm saying? Homage to
Uh,
LL. I thought that was dope.
that was cool.
Hip hop with Big X to plug. I thought that was dope.
Okay,
I like
okay.
the Sharks record. You know, super. You disagree?
That's trash.
Okay. Band from
But is
NO.
hip
I
hop
thought Band from
supposed to
NO
like
was
that?
dope.
Bad for NO was
Well,
dope. I thought that actually, to me, I thought that was like the best. I thought he was rapping the best on that. But I mean, he still took like half of Noriega verse and spit it, and
he
you
was
know,
alright.
I don't know.
He was alright.
The Days with
He
Bono.
could have
I thought that
he could have
record
did
was
better.
okay. I thought that record was okay.
That is super trash. That is super trash. That
But
gotta go. That is super
but
trash.
Ron, you
Cotton
like the
Candy with Two
songs that's not
Chains.
not hip hop songs. The Days and Sharks is not hip hop music. That's
Cotton,
pop
Ca-
music.
Cotton Candy with Two Chains. I thought that record was cool.
That one was
That's cool.
cool.
Yeah, that's
I'm accepting that. I'm accepting it. That was an acceptable album. I'm not just like I'm not gonna blaze it. It's
that was
cool.
cool.
It
Yeah.
was all
Flex,
right.
Flex Up.
I'm not a fan
The
of that.
raps, the raps was okay. The cadence was okay. The song, no.
Now the first
No.
song I outright didn't like. Well, I was like, I just don't like this record. Was Island Holiday. I didn't like that record. I thought that
Yeah,
record.
that was trash. It's trash from here. The whole you can just keep naming a bunch of
This
just
whole
keep naming all of it.
section is a black
It's
hole.
trash.
Loki's theme.
Crack. Super trash.
I like.
It's just
If I play guitar, I think it's a good record. I think it's a good record for Wayne. He getting his little guitar bag. He getting his pop bag. I thought it was a
that
good record. I thought it was a good
you
record.
just being nice, bro. You just being
Uh,
nice.
Peanuts
It,
to an
and
Elephant.
maybe
I
the
think he,
worst thing I've ever heard.
I think he rapping all right on there. To be quite honest with you, okay.
I
But
mean,
he
listen.
always can rap okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was rapping okay on there, but it's like I said, the beat choice. What is we rapping over Mario? Like the second board in Mario? Like what is that beat? Like what is that? Why was that a good? Who wants to
Oh,
be riding around listening to that?
Rory with his son Cameron Carter. I thought it was a Playboy Cardi song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, something for the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a cool rap. It's not for me, but
that,
it's you know.
that's
Nah,
his
it's
son,
trash.
or that's his daughter, or who's that? That's one of his kids, right?
Yeah, one of
One of
his kids.
his kids is better than Playboy Cardi. His kids is better than Playboy Cardi. You know what I
You
mean?
got Maria with Wyclef Jean and Andrea Bocelli.
Fire.
I thought
Now
that
that
song was I thought that one was okay. But like this
fire.
like even this it's the same thing with the with Cotton Candy. Like the sample is so loud. They rapping over. It's like it almost like they rapping over noise. Like it's not produced good enough. Like it's like he rapping over noise. It's so loud. You got this dude hollering, singing in the background, and then Wayne rapping over it.
Well, you
It's
told me
like
you
it
didn't
sounds
like
like
that.
noise. Really, it don't work good enough. It was a decent like the Maria was a decent sample idea. That's a classic song. It just was executed poorly.
Uh,
But you're expecting? What were you expecting? Like you told me you didn't like the song. This is before I heard it, and my comment back to you was Wayne probably didn't know what to do with the production because I know what Wyclef does, but I said I still haven't even heard the song. Let me go hear it. Then when I heard it though, the choice to rap over that sample, the way it plays out is crazy, and just what they're
I
talking
agree.
about, and you know That shit is crazy, bro.
The idea
I'm
was
sorry.
there. The execution was horrible. The
That's
idea was there. It
crazy.
had potential, but it just the way that it was executed, it was horrible. I mean, you can't.
I,
I can't listen to that.
Uh,
I can't
I
the
listen
hear
to
you.
it.
the next song is "Being Myself" with Manny Fresh.
And
That was
that
cool. That
like
was fire.
for I think as far as like where the album go or how the album was playing. This was like a small bright spot within all that garbage that was right in between there. Like this song came in. I don't really like it though. I don't like the song in itself. I thought the beat and the production, Matty Fresh, it sounded natural. It sounded good, but the song itself from Wayne was no. It's like
Now
no.
this song, the next song I
It's
didn't like. I didn't
great
like the
in
song.
that
I
song.
didn't like the next song at all.
And
Mula Coming. I thought that song was the worst song on the album.
fire.
That's the
I mean,
worst.
trash.
Trash.
He could have cut that one out. It's
Trash.
not a good record. I didn't like that record. Maybe I need to listen to it again, but it
Too many
wasn't good.
songs. Too many
Um,
songs, bro.
Alone in the Studio with My Gun. I thought Kodak Black got off. I thought MGK got off. I thought that's a cool
You
record.
thought Kodak got off?
It's
That verse is
it's
so
not
garbage.
when I
Like,
hear it. When I hear the
there's-
song, it sounds like it's a Machine Gun Kelly song to me. Machine Gun Kelly, it sounded more natural over it. It sounded natural for him. Everybody else sounded like they was trying to like sing his hook or something. Like this seemed like this was a Machine Gun Kelly song to me. He sounded the best singing it.
that's what you want though. You want to buy somebody else's song. If you're doing an album and 85% of it is your songs, that other 15% you kind of want another person's sound because that's going to give your own album a range. You know,
And
so
then
you want to buy another person's song.
and then
You
it
know,
ends with Written History. Um,
fine.
That song was all right.
yeah, I
That's my
like that
I
record.
like 6 out of 19 songs on there. I give them six. I said 6 out of 19.
I got, again,
That's,
I
that's
is this the
terrible.
best is this the best album of all out? No, it's not.
We know it's not that.
Is it great? No, it's not. But I
We
just
know
don't
it's
think it's
not.
as bad as the internet is saying it is. I just don't think it's not that bad of
Well,
an album.
I
I
don't
don't
I
think
think the
so either
internet
though.
like
And
I don't think the internet likes any rap albums because I haven't heard no rap album that the people like unanimously. And unless we're talking maybe G and X, that's last year, whatever. But I haven't heard not one album everybody likes. I hear that every album is mid. That's what I hear on the internet. So until we get an album we like, then we'll have a standard. But I haven't heard that. Maybe the clips will do that, but I don't think no. Is there any album that people unanimously like that y'all heard? Because I didn't catch that. You know what
if
I
this
mean?
was the source, I would give this record. I give it a 3.5 mic rating. I'll give it 3.5.
if we go,
Okay.
if
All
I was rating off of 10, if I was going from 10, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's about
Y'all
three
not
and a half mics. That's about 3.5 mics.
Hey, but
look.
I do really want to. I do think that the Wayne fans are wrong. I think all of the Wayne fans that's just rolling all over the floor and spazzing and kicking his back in like that. I think they really out of order. I don't think that this is really that much different than the music that he's been making and all the shit that y'all thought was the shit just a couple years ago. Like I mean, it's everything
It's
on
a
here
little different.
Wayne
It's
has
a
done
little different.
before. I
It's
say
a
that
little
I
bit
said
different.
this from the beginning, man. I said this from the beginning that it was really going to be about production. I think that if Wayne did these same exact songs over some different production, people would like the songs still. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
people are more
production.
disappointed. People more disappointed in the production of the album than actually what Wayne was doing because I just don't see it being that different to where you just that he's finished to you now. It's not that different
No,
than what he's
he's
been
finished.
doing. You know what I mean? I don't think
If
it's
if
that different than
if
what he's
the
been doing.
if the goal is production to make or break your album, it's over. There is no production that could save an album. That doesn't exist. So your album's out the window. If you have to rely, if you're not ASAP Rocky, well, I'll put that caveat in there. Everyone else, if you're only leaning on beats, it's a wrap. There is no beats that could save you. So that you know what I mean. I know we think there is, but that don't exist. You
I
know what I
think I
mean?
I think we get into, you know, everybody's got their opinions on music and I respect everybody's opinions, but I think again to Super's point, I'm very surprised by seeing the online vitriol about Wayne because this is not a departure of what Wayne has done. Again, if you follow Wayne's career, you look at what he did over the last, 2, 3 years. The record
Right.
with Two Chains, I thought was a good, solid record. Collie Grove too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
That's not a Wayne album. That's a Wayne and Two
but I
Chains
mean,
album.
Wayne contributed to it. So I don't think he's washed per se. I just think this album, I think he was kind of locked in on the album. I just don't think it worked out the way people thought he was going to work out. I think people were disappointed that maybe some of the features that were rumored to be on the record didn't come about, like the Billie Eilish record and the Drake wasn't on the record. I think a lot of people were disappointed because there's really no big
Wash.
big records. There's
Wash.
no big records on this album. And
Bono.
maybe the
Bono's
Bono
not
record will
big.
work in pop radio, maybe
No,
the
Artist
guitar
that's
record.
not big, bro.
But
That is
maybe
trash,
that
man.
record,
So
I don't see
Bono,
any
Jelly
big
Roll,
record that's gonna be like
Ari,
out of here. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what people are disappointed in. But again,
Bono
I just don't.
records not
I'm
out
not
here.
gonna say that this record is trash or garbage or nothing like that. I thought the record was a decent effort by a veteran in the game, and that's where
He's
he is in his
washed,
stage
bro.
of his career right now.
He's
He's
washed.
he gonna give you. He's
Wayne
like
is
a
Like I
at a
said,
professional.
point.
man,
Wayne is at a
if it
point
was
where he
just
does not
different
care.
production on this album, the
Wayne
Wayne
does
fans
not
would
care
love it.
about music. When you hear this album, you know Wayne don't care. Like he don't care about music. He cares about let me just do this so I could get back to skateboarding. Like this is just this is recess from me skateboarding. But the actual care into the music, this man don't care no
I
more.
can't say. I
And
can't. I
I
can't
can't
say
really
that.
blame him. He's too rich to give a damn. Like, is he supposed to care about how this sounds? He's too rich for that. Now, granted, we could say a bunch of people could fit that mold, right? But I don't think like with Wayne just randomly throwing out bars without subject matters and themes. When you randomly throw out bars like that, it's because you just trying to get it done. You didn't sit there and
He
the
ain't
Bono
ran,
track.
and that's I disagree
He
with you,
should
Big
have
Roy.
wrote a
He's not
song
randomly throwing out
about
bars.
it.
What he's saying makes
Bro,
sense,
come
man.
on, man. I can hear they're random. If you're telling me they're not random, but I hear that there's no theme, like there's
Yeah, but
no
like I
like
said,
his
like this,
situation is going to prison. He didn't write about that shit. He didn't write about no like it's just bars. Like he
but
don't
that's what
care,
he
bro. He's
been doing. I
washed
mean, when
because he don't
Leroy, you
care.
already knew that
He don't
that's what he was
care.
going to do. You knew that. We talked
Oh,
about
but
that in
okay, so
anticipation of the album.
okay,
We knew that he was going
okay,
to bar
so
up. Like I just think that the wrong move was to come back and try to be even somewhat
there's
similar
no
to what
maybe,
Drake is doing. He had no reason to come back still trying to sing, man. Like he had no reason for us. I think
but
that
he
the
sings
whole
though. That's
album,
his bread though.
yeah,
That's
but
how he
he
makes
don't do
most
it
his money.
well, man. That
Most his
that
songs
was a
that are popular are the lollipops.
that was a time. I don't think that he has very many songs where people really love Wayne singing. He has maybe like one or two songs where he
Lolli-
sang and got, and then Drake pretty much took that lane over. I just think that it was a bad idea for him coming back trying to sing. Like I said, what does Bono? I get it. Saying that you got Bono on the album is a flex. Okay, that's cool, but what does it really
It's
do for the album? That
it's
the
not a
song is
flex
not.
for us because we don't follow Bono. He's not talking to us with that record. I hear it, but that's not for us. It's a flex in
That's the
another
problem.
world, though.
That is the
When he
problem.
goes
That's
to
the
that other
problem, though.
pop world, that's a flex
That's the
in the pop
problem,
world.
though. That's what I'm saying. Like, who told you to do this? Who told you that you need a song with Jelly Roll instead of Juvenile?
We did.
Who told you
We
that
did
Bono
because
should?
when we
No, we
talk
didn't.
about Wayne, we use the word icon, legend. So we shouldn't be using out those words because those words imply that you should have big anthemic songs. If we call him a legend, what we're telling him is go make something that sounds like a legend made it. So that immediately is going to send him into the pop realm. Right there. We calling him an
I
icon.
said I think that it was a bad decision, and I get why hip hop is disappointed in general because it's Wayne, it's a legend. You expected him to come back with some heat at this moment and this time in hip hop when some guys are rapping better than ever. The whole standard and the shift and the culture shift has changed. We thought that you was like paying attention a little bit to something, but I mean Wayne said that he just stay in the house and he don't listen to nothing, he don't do nothing, he don't watch nothing. And this album is the production of just being around too many white folks, chilling with Skip Bayless, thinking doing tracks with Bono
Uh,
and Jelly Roll is a
I
flex
don't know
to
what
hip
the
hop
climate
culture.
is. I don't know what our
He,
climate
he
is.
he still think that we want to hear him sing. You know, like just the whole thing is just it's just not. This was not the right
Uh,
time for Wayne to be
uh,
this tone deaf and
most
dumb
people,
to the current moment in hip hop, man. It was this was just
what
it's a bad
most
look
people
for
want
him.
to hear Wayne sing. We in our circle, that sounds ludicrous because that's our circle. But most people outside would rather hear Wayne sing than rap.
No, they wouldn't.
You
No, they wouldn't. He only has like one or two
I,
singing songs.
I,
Leather so
I,
soft and How to Love. What's his other singing
he's
songs?
yes, but his raps are
He
melodic
don't
though,
do it
and
well
that's
enough
for a
to think that he
that's
should have
for a
been doing
reason.
it still.
All I'm
Everybody
saying
hated
is,
Rebirth when he was trying to
and
sing and
and
do
say,
this rock and roll shit.
if it's no, they love that. His album sales, he got sales to prove that. They love that singing shit. You know what I mean? But if there's a climate, what is the climate? Because I'm unsure about what the climate of hip hop is, and I'm listening every single week. So if there's a climate, was he supposed to come out sounding like Rome Streets? Like, what is the climate? Because
I
I'm
mean,
not sure. I know.
he was just supposed to come back out to, lyrical swordsman Lil Wayne and pick better
Yeah,
production.
He
Just
did, but
period.
but see, that's what I'm saying. And
lyrical
He
guy.
wasn't a
Leroy,
lyrical
You keep
swordsman, man.
saying that it's not a Little Wayne album. He did everything that Super is saying he should have done. He already did that on College Grove 2 that came out in 2023. He did
You
that
keep saying that.
Why
That's
you
two
talking about
people.
that album though? When
That's
people
two
that
people.
album
because
either flew over people's head.
people act like the album just didn't happen.
Two.
It,
But
it was
that's
2 years
two
ago.
rappers. We talking about him by himself now.
Yeah,
Him
and
by himself is
he borrowing
different.
some of 2 Chainz swag for the album. So
Right.
maybe
That's
that's what
two
he need to do. Maybe he need to make collab albums with rappers. He need to go, the Larry June and 2 Chainz route and just become like Lil Wayne and Future, Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne and
And Drake,
Alchemist, Lil Wayne,
Here's what I
whatever, and
think.
Drake
Here's
if
what I
you
think.
got to do that. But it look
I
like
think
that's all over with. But like I
I
said,
think someone should
you just
approach.
got off of a tour. You just got off of a tour with the Hot Boys. I think it's ridiculously dumb to not have at least a Juvenile and BG feature or song or something to
A
address the current
Birdman feature would have been dope.
Hey, he don't rock with them.
to address
He
the
don't rock
current
with
situation.
the Hot Boys. He don't rock with Birdman or the
Where's
Hot.
your bars at about missing the Super Bowl on this album? You know what I mean? Like where are you at? What are you
My thing
doing? It's
is
like where are you at in this current moment? This whole
that's
thing is
because
just
there's
like
no
it's a
challenge. There's
reflection
no
of the
challenge.
past.
There's no challenge for Wayne. Where is the challenge for Little Wayne? It doesn't exist. No matter
Wayne should be
what beat,
challenging himself, man. He
no
should be
matter
challenging
what beat
himself.
we throw, I'm getting to you, but no matter what beat we throw Wayne, it's not a challenge anymore. He's mastered every level. So that is great because that's what greatness is, right? But it also presents a problem. The problem is if after you've mastered everything, this is where stuff could go bad because you have no more challenges. Where is the challenge? Now, challenges exist, but I think it would take someone to point out, Wayne, here's the challenge you haven't done yet. And until we get that guy, you know, maybe it would. I disagreed with the alchemist thing yesterday. We was talking about it, but if someone says Wayne, you ain't did this before, I think we get a different Wayne because there's a challenge there. But if the challenge is just make songs, I don't think that's a challenge no more for Wayne. I think he does that in his sleep, and that's the problem.
Well,
You
we're
know what I'm
talking
saying?
about making music that can be relevant at this current time and that can grow with the current status of your own, even your own fan base.
Bro,
And like I
not
said,
even
I
Snoop
mean,
Dogg.
we talked about this before, bro. And Wayne's his fan base has grown up, like so
Right, but y'all don't want a mature one.
they leaving
Clear.
him behind. You know what I mean? Like everybody that was his age, that all the ones that saying that he was the GOAT, they have been sitting back chilling for the last couple of years since the 2 Chainz album or since his last solo work. They've been sitting back chilling. The game been moving on. They've been listening to other rappers. They've been
Right.
getting their ears onto other shit. And then now when he drops this, they disappointed because it just sounds like more of the shit that he been doing. I think that was going to be his biggest struggle from the beginning. I think that no matter what, even if he did make a decent album, and he did pick the right production. People were going to complain that he hasn't grown, he
Oh,
has no
trust.
substance.
If the
It was
album
going to
was
still
dope,
be
they would say
it was
it's
going to
whack.
still be the same complaints
Trust
regardless. I just think that
me.
the
Yeah.
only thing that he could have done to even make this album even work was step off the bridge a little bit artistically. Don't go back to the shit that nobody care about. Don't go back to Wayne with the melodies. Ain't nobody clamoring for you to sing. We want you to come out here and bar up. Don't go back to auto tune,
Well,
Wayne. Like we want you to be done with auto tune, Wayne. We want you to be done with that. You know what I mean? Like
if that's
it
the case, we
just
should have stopped that a decade ago. We should have stopped that 10 because he's been doing
well,
that
we
a
stopped
decade.
it now. We stopped it
So I
now.
mean, yeah, I mean,
We stopped it
I
now.
don't
We
think
don't want to.
I don't think there's no answer here because I'm hearing different stuff. I'm hearing different stuff, and it's like with Wayne, you know, I don't think it's no answer. I think the answer is he done already did everything he needs to do, and now it's like where do I go? So now it's like
This
that's a
the
problem.
answer for
You know?
Wayne. The answer for Wayne is to get your ass out the basement, chilling with Skip Bayless, and get back around people that's associated with the shit that you want to rap about, man. I mean, even the bar work, man. Like he has some super corny ass bars on here. Like how many rappers still doing the nigga scheme? Like I'm rich, nigga. I take your bitch, nigga. Blah 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 blah, nigga. Like are you still doing
That's what
that
people said
elementary
they
ass
wanted,
rap
though.
scheme?
That's what people said they wanted. We
No
was
man,
just here
not from
last
Wayne,
week.
man. We don't want nobody want that from Wayne.
I
The
was
other one
I was just
in the other
I was
song, in
just
the other
talking about
song.
Wayne maturing. People said, "Why would Wayne mature? That's stupid." So I said, "Okay, cool." So y'all want the same level of bars? I'm with just like crazy, silly, random bars. If that's what we doing, I'm with that because part of that is hip hop too, whether people like it or not.
So
So it's
Super,
And
you
like,
one
wanted you
but
wanted
song,
to
that's
make a
okay.
record like Peekaboo, Super? You want to make a
I
record
mean,
like
at
that?
least that
Hey,
it's better than
hey,
that. It's better than that. And one of the songs, he was like, "Bitch, bitch, bitch, get me rich,
right,
rich, rich."
Rich,
Say squish, 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 and like, what the
Squish,
fuck is this, Little Wayne? Like Wayne, come on, bro, grow up,
right.
bro. That was very. He got a lot of very immature bars, and like I said, I'm glad that his fans is hearing it and they feel like, man, this shit is immature. Like it's immature and whack right now. I mean, I'm gonna
Okay.
be honest. I kicks Eminem back in. But M's last album was better than this Carter Six, man. We
No.
can be honest. M's last album was better than
Of
this
course it
Carter Six.
was.
The
Of
song
course
with
it was.
JID alone is better than every song on this album.
I will never
It
understand. Well, I take that back. I do understand the knocks that M gets, but people try to knock M at rapping. That's what I don't understand.
And
Like, so he
we
don't
not gonna
rap
do this. We
good.
not gonna do this,
He
y'all,
don't
man. We ain't
rap
gonna do
good.
this,
That's
man.
when I cut out. Like,
We not gonna do this,
I don't
man.
understand that M
We
doesn't
not gonna
rap
do this
good.
to Wayne, y'all.
But no,
I
bro,
can't let y'all do this, man. Nah,
M's
man.
album was better than this album. That's a fact. That's a
it
fact.
was. It was
That
better than this album. It was.
that Now the problem is when I listen to the first song, "Welcome to the Carter," we hear somebody with super potential. When we hear "Written History," "Written History," we know that this dude could really bar out if he wants to. That's the sad part because if he really wanted to make some crazy dope shit, Maria. When I almost used the C word when I heard that song, classic. Bro. When I've heard that, I almost used the C word because he can go there when he wants to, but the album's not that. Most of the album is just randomness, and he does he's not. I could tell he's not sitting there picking beats, like going through a long process of picking beats, which is the majority of why albums take so long. People, it's picking beats
Man,
take forever. You know what I mean? Picking
I
beats.
literally listened to the album. While I was listening
Yeah,
to the album, I'm like, okay, the first couple songs, I'm all right. This shit is all right. Okay, Wayne, I'm like geeked up a little bit. Like, okay, Wayne, I'm happy as shit. And then like the next like three songs come on, I get a fucking attitude. Like I literally get mad. Like I literally get an attitude. Like man, like this,
right.
like dude, come on, man. Like damn, like this is what we
Twist,
like.
twist.
It, it just make me feel like hip hop. That's like we in bad shape, bro. When Wayne is really literally like he old, man. He old, but he really still young.
Right.
Like when y'all really think about it, when you compare Lil Wayne to Kendrick Lamar or Lil Wayne in the future, and you know what I
Right.
mean, like they still young enough to where he should still be able to do
He's
this. And You know what I mean? Like he should be able to still be elite enough. He should be like the standard still of lyricism and bar work for, especially he got all these kids out here in the streets and people that's actually doing his style and making better music than he make it now with his own style and the shit that he is the father of. We got people that can pass him up. So now he's just sitting back here just looking ridiculous right now. You know what I mean? And like like I
Yeah,
said, I was
I mean,
embarrassed for him. I was really embarrassed for him, man. Like I really was, and it also made me think that guys running around here disrespecting and playing with Nas and shit. But we better really think about how great Nas is with these last albums with Hit Boy. Like, look, this shit is not easy work to make great classic work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and make hip hop look as easy as Nas really make this shit look, man. I mean, Nas keep on creating the standard that we keep pushing on
I
to
don't
everybody
know, man.
else. But
I
every
don't know.
time we put this standard out there that Nas then set up, whether it be Illmatic as a standard or shit, even how to answer back to
But
a
I
beef
think they're
with
the
Ether
same though,
or
Super.
how to
I think
keep
they're the
on going
same.
and how to mature with your audience. Like Nas is
I
showing
think
these
they're the
dudes
same
how to
though,
actually
Super.
mature with their audience and grow up within the music. And we as hip hop
But
fans, we really
he
taking that
don't
shit
he
for
don't though.
granted, man.
Nas
We really taking it
Nas does
for
what
granted.
Nas does. Nas does what Nas does. He's not going outside of his comfort zone. He's staying in his comfort zone. And that's what we're hearing. Is someone who's not moving outside their wheelhouse. Wayne did the same thing. Even though we don't like it, Wayne stayed in his comfort zone. So in that sense, they both did the same thing. It's just that we like Nas on a certain level
I don't
and
agree
we
that
like Wayne
Nas
on a
stayed in.
certain level.
I don't think
But
Nas really has a
them,
comfort zone. Nas don't
both of
really
them
have
did
a
the
comfort zone, and that's why he can make songs about a little bit
got
of
to comfort.
everything. You know what I'm saying?
You got to.
He might not get into a super party bag, but as far as anything else, content wise or just as far as making a song to that still sound dope and
But Braden is
that
gonna
his
have to have
fan base,
a
like I
comfort
said,
zone.
it's very important that you grow up with your fan base. Wayne,
He just had
he
that
hasn't like
conversation.
yeah, it's very important that you do this.
They
You know
was
what I mean?
telling me
And
that he
Wayne,
shouldn't do that. They was telling me Wayne is not for that. Wayne is not about maturity. That's what they was just telling me when I brought
I'm
it up
saying I'm just
last
even
week.
saying maturity for his fan base. Like I said, I don't think nobody want Wayne making a bunch of sad ass music and crime. I mean, he's been a celebrity since he was 12 years old. He's really a
Yeah,
Hollywood brat when we
and
really
the
think about it.
comparison
He's
of
really
Nas and
he's
Wayne to me don't even make sense. But okay.
Wayne is really a
Yeah.
Hollywood brat, and I came at this point in his career. He's been rich. It's like some Michael Jackson shit. Michael Jackson been rich since he was 10. Wayne been rich since he was 12. So I can understand him being tone deaf to the culture and to hip hop, or even being burnt and you know what I mean, running out of lines. You know what I mean? He been
Here,
rapping since 12, and so like
here's
I
my
get
thing.
it.
I'm gonna get off the Nas thing because I'm expecting the Primo album and I'm gonna go crazy with Primo, right? But here's the whole thing with Hit Boy. Before Hit Boy was making songs with Nas, Hit Boy was making songs that could cross over to radio. Then all of a sudden, when he got with Nas, we got less of those crossover songs. So it made Hit Boy kind of go into a different bag. And that I believe is because Nas is rapping from his comfort zone. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? So, and there's nothing wrong with that because actually you're supposed to stay in your comfort zone. But sometimes you got to reach out. And we're asking Lil Wayne to reach out of his comfort zone. And that could be hard, because he's used to being himself, like Lil Wayne, like just throwing some bars together.
I mean,
You
I
know what
just
I
want
mean?
to know what people expected from Lil Wayne in 2025. Like, what did y'all expect this album to be? I mean, it sounds I mean, what
They
came out
don't,
on Friday. What came out on
they don't,
Friday is what I expected the album to be. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect him to
Like
have.
I said, I just expected more heat. I just expected more heat on the album. I expected just better songs. Like it wouldn't like if you would have took off if they would have made this just a 10 track album, took off like
10
the
songs,
days,
yeah. Okay.
took off the Jelly
All right.
Roll song, took off like some of those corny songs, took off the singing tracks, left the ones where he was spitting the first, first five or so, maybe with a skip in
10
between there.
songs would have been.
You can keep the
Yeah.
song with your son on there. That's fine. Like if you would have shortened this album, maybe not even like, why are you calling it the Carter? That's another problem with the album. The album don't have no theme. Like the album has no theme whatsoever. The songs just seem like a bunch of random songs just clicked and
He
plucked out
never
of
had a theme.
nowhere and just
He never
placed
had.
all over the place. I mean, yeah, he really never have. That's
Well,
true. That is
for
true.
I
And
take
that's
that
what I'm
back.
saying. Like, so a
Carter
lot of
2
things that
had a
we
theme.
a lot of things that we saying about this album, Wayne been doing this shit from the beginning. The same complaints you can say right now about this, I've been saying about Wayne since the Lollipop album. So I mean, if I'm a Wayne fan, yeah, okay, he dropped a dud of an album, but for y'all to be running around saying that he finished off of this album, and if you are a Wayne fan, and this is the album that you saying that he finished on, maybe he just never was really that good. And maybe you need to go back and start listening to some of that
No,
shit
he
and
he he
really
is.
digging into it, because maybe he
I think
wasn't
he
as good
was
as you
good.
thought if you think that this is just trash from him.
I think he was good, but the level of which we're comparing this out here, we're looking at Kendrick Lamar. Then when Wayne comes outside and we don't see that level, and he's supposed to be greater than Kendrick Lamar, we're asking we're mentally like, where is this? Where are we at now? I when I say Wayne is done, I don't mean that he's whack. What I mean by done is he's reached a finish line of what he's able to do. He's done everything that he is able to do. So now he can just run back. That's the only direction is to go back. I think he's reached the final creative wall. So anything else, it'll be something he already showed you before. I don't think there's nothing else, and I'm okay with that. But I think the people are kind of we're done now. We're done. You know
Let's
what I mean? We're done.
let's hear from the people. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man. Let's get some callers in
I
before
mean,
we.
Yeah.
if you really think about it too, man, Wayne, he been through a lot. You know what I mean? He been through, like, a lot of people didn't fucked Wayne over. Be Birdman. He went through all them issues with Birdman and what's going on with them. Young Money and Nicki Minaj and Drake, they don't seem to be really in his corner like that no more. They didn't turn their back on him or something, leaving him out here hanging. Um, Wayne has been through a lot, like within like his inner circle. So I can understand why, it's not certain features on here, and he just don't have no direction. Who's around Wayne right now? Who in Wayne camp?
Yeah.
Like
I
that
don't think
that's
that's
that's from
nobody's fault
that's
though.
from the
I think
culture.
Little
You
Wayne.
know what I mean? He
I think
hanging
Little
around
Wayne
Skip
himself.
Bayless, man.
I think Little Wayne
Bono
himself
probably
is
his
not.
neighbor or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
So it's like,
all these guys hang around rich people. Let's not get it twisted. But I think Little Wayne, his focus is not music at this stage in his life. I don't. I just don't think that's his focus. I think his focus is somewhere else. And if he has to drop an album, he'll go in the studio, make something real quick, then go back to what he was doing. But is he focused like I really need this album to be have an impact? I don't think he's. I don't think that's his mentality no more. You know what I mean? He saw the top of the mountain. Now maybe I'm
I
wrong,
just like I
but
said,
that
I just question like, his link, his ear to the streets. I just think that, you're not the coolest nigga walking no more, Wayne. Like,
but what's the streets
you
though?
still.
Like I don't
I
know
mean,
what the
just the,
sound.
the streets are as if like us, or the pulse of hip hop. Like I said, Wayne is
What
still young enough to where he should still understand what's in, what's out. You know what I mean? He still know, like, this man is like an old man. Like he should still know some of this young nigga lingo. He should still be able to fit
for
in with the
who?
times more. Let me finish it, Leroy. He should be able to fit into this current time better than he just seemed like he's struggling to even be like his age right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you relevant still. You Little Wayne, man. Half of these dudes out here got a piece of you in them. Pause. Like, they
Yeah, but
somebody is still using some part of your style out here. More anybody current right now. And you just don't seem like you don't have no connection with anybody major. Like the big extra plug was a dope reach. It was that song was dope.
So
But
so
when you
should he sound like
listen to
Big
Big
X
X the
the Plug?
Plug, when you listen to Big X the Plug on there though, he sounds current. He flowing like he sounds way better than Wayne on there. He cooked Wayne on the
So
track.
he should
There's no
sound like
reason.
he's from Texas.
There's no reason why a Big X the Plug is cooking you on a track like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that just Wayne just need to get
Why not?
himself get get out the mansions for a little while, man. Go take a ride back down the
But Super,
hood or
I don't.
something, man.
I
Go
again,
back
bro.
down the block, man. Just
When we say the
go stay the
current
night by one
sound,
of your cousins' house or some shit
we're
like
talking
that. Do
about Ice
something.
Spice. Ice Spice is the current sound. So if we're talking about the current sound, that would be like Ice Spice. Now I'm joking, but
No.
also not joking. You know what I mean? Because the current sound, who is the current sound not named Kendrick Lamar? Who is that? Is it Big X the Plug? So if Wayne's supposed to sound like Big X the Plug, I need to know who is the leader that we are supposed to sonically follow. I just need to know who that guy is. You know what I mean? And we could follow that guy. That's all I'm saying. But I
You
don't
don't need
know
to
who that
follow
guy.
nobody sonically, man. Just stay current and relevant. That's
But you
really the
said
point that
current.
I'm really saying. I'm saying
But
current and
current
relevant
means
as
it's a
far as
leader.
just like
No, I could be
what
wrong. I'm asking for you to expand because a current means somebody set a current. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying
It could be a
current,
group
just
of.
even as far as like what you're saying, the way you talking. You know what I mean? Like a lot of
Oh, oh, okay.
a lot of these
All right.
bars that Wayne is saying, you can hear him easily saying this shit back in 2002. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it don't even seem like he's even currently in the moment of like of lingo, of the culture, of what's currently happening. That's what I'm saying. Like the current climate of hip hop. Did he not just listen to Joey Badass drop those songs going at the West Coast in the way that people is like, damn, we listening to Joey rapping. Listen to how Joey rapping. He
Right.
bringing back the essence of rap. People going back into their particular regional sounds. Go back into your New Orleans bag.
He,
It's not too
he
late for Lil
blasted
Wayne to just
Joey out.
Lil Wayne could have made the Carter Six would have been better as an album. Period. If it would have had
He
features from Boosie, BG, Juvenile,
them not
and
his niggas,
spread that
man.
shit out. That could have been the feature list and would have been a better album than what they got out
Put
of
Ti, put a feature
Mono
with Ti.
and
He
Jelly Roll.
blasted Joey Badass with one song. He blasted Joey Badass out the water with the first song. It was done right there. By the time you hear "Welcome to the Carter," the first song, you already know he's a better rapper than Joey Badass. Respect to Joey Badass, but it's not even close. He blew Joey out the water with that one track. So where you gonna go after that? Do you know what I'm saying? Where you gonna go? He's rhyming entire sections of lines where every word is rhyming. It's it's 1% of rappers that could do that. 1%. So right there, the other 99% have already been exterminated. That's track one. You know what I'm
I mean, you
saying?
got.
That's track.
If we look at this like sports, right? I mean, let's look at Wayne. Wayne been in the game since he was 12 years old, right? It's like hell. LeBron James has been a phenom on Sports Illustrated since he was about 15, 16 years old. I'm gonna shoot Wayne some bail. If the album is what y'all said is whack, it's okay. This man been doing this thing for almost 30 years, and he's
It's
still.
never
I don't
okay,
think
man.
this taints his
It's
legacy. He's still Little
never okay.
Wayne. He still is that mixtape era Wayne. He was that feature Wayne. He still is that
They
Carter
don't care.
1, 2, 3
They
Wayne. He
don't
was the
care.
Block is Hot
They
Wayne.
they don't.
500 Degree Wayne, Hot Boy Wayne. He's still the Wayne from
So
years
your
ago. So
reputation.
if he's not at his peak powers, it's okay. It's like Peyton Manning in his last year at the Denver Broncos. He ain't have it. He still won a Super
I've
Bowl.
been saying that. I said that about Jay for years. I said Jay want to go hang out with his daughter. Why can't he go hang out with his kids? People like, nah, we
So
want raps. I'm
so
like,
if
he gave
Wayne is
y'all
not
raps 25 years. He can't go kick it with his kids. They like, no, we need raps. I'm like, okay, bro. Like,
you know what
you
I'm
know,
saying? If Wayne is not, it's the drought.
I,
If it's not the drought Wayne, or it's not, you know what I'm saying, a Millie Wayne, or it's not, you know what I'm saying, Cannon with DJ Drama Wayne, it's okay. It's
it's
2025. He did what he had to
it's not.
do. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean,
It's
I think another mistake that Wayne made too on this album was not not getting a feature with one of these hot female rap artists right now. Like you don't get no, you don't got Lotto on the album. You don't got Glow. Not even, I mean, hate to say it, but Sexy Red. You know what I mean? Like I think that was kind of like ignorant and dumb a little bit too. Like at this current moment, you know what I mean? Why you don't got Doechii? Doechii and Wayne on the album would have been pretty fire. To be honest with you, they styles and the way they kind of rap, they probably would have barred up some shit. But like who was directing you? And that's really all
To
I'm
me,
saying. Wayne
how do
still
you
he had a
direct
chance
Wayne?
to he had a chance and he still got a chance. I'm not gonna say Wayne is washed. I'm not gonna say he just washed because like I said, I think that he's still rapping decent. He's still decent. I just think that he needs some more direction as far as just what's currently more, what is the current
Who?
moment or what's the current status and change that you can do to impress your fans. All Wayne would have had to do, man, like I said, production wise, maybe
That
rap
would be
over different
Sexy
sounds.
Red. He,
That's why people keep saying
but I
Alchemist. Like
mean,
every time when we hear somebody, every time when you hear somebody talk about this album, they like, why you just didn't do something different? Why he could have did it with Alchemist, or he could have did something with Conductor, or they just saying somebody
I don't think
different
people know
because
who.
that's the only that was the only thing that really after all of these years you've been performing and rapping since 12. You've been rapping over everybody beats, everything that was hot at the moment. We know you can rap over everything. What haven't you
If the
rapped over
current
at this
standard is
current moment?
Sexy Red, that's just not a challenge. You see what I'm If the current standard is Sexy Red,
Who said that,
you feel what I'm
Leroy?
saying? That's not a whoever is the current standard, that's small ball for Wayne. Whoever he'll run that over. Whoever is the current standard, he's gonna run them over on first try, one take.
See,
That's not a challenge.
Wayne should be in the position to reset his children. Like, to be honest with you, like
But
Wayne is the one that's really, he should have been the one that's going to lead his children to their next level and show them how to grow as artists. Because now you got guys, like I said, all the ones that's calling Wayne to go. You got Future, who's a link to the Wayne tree a little bit. You got all these guys with this links to the Wayne tree. And
can
now
they
when
rap
your
as big as
goat
Little Wayne?
when your goat comes out with an album and it's this trash and it's basically him being him this whole time, it should show you something as an artist. Like, all right, well, I gotta grow with this music shit. I gotta move on with these times. I can't go out like
So
Wayne and come out
can rap at
and
the
be
level of
tone deaf.
Wayne? Like, even if Wayne shows Future,
Leroy,
bro,
like
this
I said,
this is
Leroy,
what I
I
want you
don't
to
think
do.
that I don't think
Can
that
Future
the
rap like
level that
Wayne?
Wayne is rapping at, we could. There's nothing that Wayne could have done rap wise that would have impressed anybody. We said this already. He's already rapped. He didn't rapped it. He done it backwards, forwards. Said everything in the dictionary
I
twice.
think soul
So
samples
so the only
could have
thing that he
saved.
could, yeah, the soul, that would have been great. Soul
I
samples
think
would have
soul
done him
samples
different
could have
because that's
saved it.
something that he's not really done like that. That's what
Yeah.
we're really saying. He would have had to really do something that would have been different to what his fans are used to from him. And it
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I
I
I,
agree.
I don't think that if he would have done that, even if he would have came out singing, if he would have showed these dudes how to sing over a soul sample, and you know what I
Okay.
mean, like he
I'm
had a
with
chance to
that.
still be. Wayne is still really in a leadership position, but he is a child celebrity, and he's been out for a long time. And like I said, man, every now and then you do get burnt up.
Right.
You run out of lines. You run out of you run out of content.
Right.
You around all
Yeah,
these
you just get
rich
comfortable. You get
rich
comfortable.
people.
Hey, let me
You
let me get to the
stop
super.
doing drugs.
Let me get to the super chat real quick, guys. Not to cut you off, super. Let you cook away back up in a minute. Anyone that consider Wayne the goat, this one Tater Tots 00. Anyone that considers Wayne the goat is because of his features and mixtapes. Stop basing everything on albums. Albums don't make up even a third of his catalog. Next super chats for Jermaine Johnson.
Okay.
Wayne is
That's
elite, but
dumb as
also a
hell.
historically
That was a
lazy
dumb
writer.
comment.
I'll let you circle back to that in 1 second, Super. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says Wayne is elite, but also historically lazy writer. Always sounds great, but too often not saying anything cohesive. Just a bunch of words that
Okay.
rhymes. That's not good enough for a GOAT conversation. Again,
Okay.
I slightly disagree. I wish I could play the music and I could connect everything that Wayne is saying. I just don't think it's not as
Man,
incoherent as people are saying. It's making sense.
It
It's
Ron,
make it,
Ron, Ron. I've been listening to Wayne for a long time, and it's not connected to much now. But does he have that ability? Yes, but he's just not using it. I'm gonna leave it here on these last two comments because I want to get to the AI thing, but I'm not. We could stay here for about 10 more minutes, but with Wayne, I think the soul samples would have gave him a different aesthetic. I think once you get into a soul sample bag, the lyrics just sound different. So I think if he ever gets in that bag, we'll be having a different conversation. But also, and he did kind of do that because the first song, "Welcome to the Carter," Maria, "Written History," being myself, they got soul samples in there, and when you hear those songs, it has a different effect. So I think he could have went there, but I think he could be washed if he just continues just to do what he's doing. Then okay. I think people are over that. With as far as the maturity, yes. I think when it comes to being a great, I think you have to start showing some maturity. Now, there were some other great MCs that I could name, which I'm not because I don't want to hurt feelings. But there's super great MCs out here that never gave you a real personal side of them, and I think that's held them back. I'm just gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know?
I mean, since when could any rapper become or be in the GOAT conversation from mixtapes? That was a dumb comment. Whoever that was really dumb, man. Like
Yeah, but
mixtapes,
Wayne has
you're not. He got
so
some decent
that's different.
mixtapes, but he's not. I mean, he's picking the beats. It's not his production. It's not. He's rapping over somebody else's songs and beats, and he just spitting. He rapping, but I mean, you can't be in
Right.
the GOAT conversation from mixtapes, bro. No, you can't. You can't. Mixtapes and features?
Mm,
No, you
mm,
can't be in the GOAT
mm,
conversation from it.
well, again, this album, the Carter Six, doesn't change anything. In my personal opinion of hip hop, as far as
It just shows that he's not the GOAT, really. That's really what it
oh,
shows. It just
okay,
shows
he
that
still
he's not the
he
GOAT.
don't move out of my top 10. He's still in my top 10. Still in my
No, he was
top
never
10.
in my
okay,
top 10.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
he was never in my
There
top
ain't
10
nothing wrong.
anyway.
That's good.
But
I
this
mean, as
shouldn't
far
this
as a
shouldn't
GOAT
move him.
conversation,
This should not move Wayne. And like I said, if you're a Wayne fan saying
right,
that
right,
he
exactly.
not rapping about nothing or whatever, he been not rapping about nothing. So, that's not I don't think that that's the big surprise here, bro. Sonically,
A
song-wise,
GOAT
and what
conversation is a reach. A GOAT
for what
conversation,
he
really,
does,
really, it's
for what
like
Wayne
he'll.
does, Wayne fans shouldn't be overreacting like this. Like they shouldn't be kicking his back end the way that they are. They just
But
shouldn't
but
be.
I
I
think
think that
they have a right though because the we haven't had a great album. Now, if I'm wrong, again, y'all correct me. But I don't think we've had a great album that everybody can agree on for years. So I think every time that doesn't happen, people continuously upset. That's all. Because they're looking at Wayne as someone who they know for a fact has the ability in his brain. They know he has it. But when he doesn't use it, I think that pisses them off. You know what I'm saying?
Mike,
That's
what up, brother?
what it is. What's up, my guy? I can't see you or hear you. Where you
Oh,
at,
he ain't
man?
ready to he ain't ready to jump on just yet. Hold on, he ain't ready to jump on just yet. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I think people know Wayne has the ability to be super great. So when he doesn't use it, that just pisses them off. That's
You
honestly
hear
and
how I
me?
feel.
that's
Y'all hear me?
I think that you're right about that. That's exactly right. I think
Yeah,
that fans just were disappointed that he just didn't come with what he should have been coming with. I mean, I think they felt like he was holding back. And them songs just they could have been more fire. The production could have been more fire. You Lil Wayne, man, you've been gone for a little bit. All this stuff
right,
been happening. You got snubbed at the Super Bowl. It was just your turn to come out and show that I'm one of the goats and this is why I'm one of the goats. It was one of them times where he should have. He had a layup, man.
right,
He missed the alley oop. He had an alley oop, and I
right,
think that this album, just the way that it sounds, it had to be made. Like this is already pre-packaged, pre-made, wrapped up, and it just been getting pushed back or something. I don't think anything on here is current. I don't think that they made anything on that album within the last 4 months.
Mike, what say you about Lil Wayne's
Yeah.
album? Yeah, we hear you, brother. What say you,
All
sir?
right. Cool. Cool. You know what,
Okay.
man? I'm perplexed once again. This is kind of like the missionary thing. I listened to what people had to say. Hey, what's going on? "Mm, Well, I'm out here walking the dog. But yeah,
Okay.
I listened to the people that were on social media first, and I'm like, yo, man, this must be really trash. So when I listened to it myself, it was much better than I thought it was gonna be, right? I we talked about this in our chat, in our group chat. I don't feel like the hip hop listener really wants a full album, full body of work. I'm not sure what people were expecting from Wayne, because it's not like he's been gone for a minute. He's been making stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is the best stuff I feel like Wayne's made in a minute, especially when it comes to the solo stuff. Because the stuff that he did with him and Chains was dope. He's rapping on a pretty good trajectory, in my opinion. And we never went to Wayne for like content. We never went to Wayne for like, I guess, creativity, at least in recent times. I mean, I know that he's kind of set the blueprint for where we are in hip hop music on a mainstream level anyway. But I mean, I don't know, man. I thought the stuff was good.
That's
If we're
cool now.
talking about
Okay.
somebody who's trying to make a commercial, if we're talking about a commercial artist trying
Right.
to go out there and make something that is commercially viable. I mean, I'm watching the NBA Finals right now. I'm hearing, I think it's the Bell song or whatnot on the NBA Finals. I think the song with Jelly Roll, in my opinion, it was dope. Big Sean killed it. I think the hook's cool. I think the concept's cool. I think the song with Bono was dope.
It
I
served
think
its
really
purpose.
there was probably, yeah, I mean, he's
Served its
snapping on
purpose.
there. Like,
He's
I
a
mean,
pop
look,
star. We
Wayne.
got to remember that. He's a pop
Exactly.
star.
Wayne's a pop star, and
He's
he's
not.
been a
He's
pop
not
star.
underground. He's not underground.
He's not.
Like,
And see, in
and,
my
and,
opinion,
and,
and can I keep it real, real? I'll let you say your response. But I mean, I feel like even if we talk about from the underground
right.
side of things, like that stuff be mundane too. Like I love Alchemist, but some of them albums, man, all the beats be sounding the same, and we don't say anything
Hey,
about that. We
hey,
just
hey.
allow the same songs to be made over and over and over. And when somebody goes out there and tries to make a diverse effort, they get shitted on.
Yeah, yeah.
well,
That's
hey, Mike,
exactly what
Mike,
happened.
let me ask you this, Mike. Do you
Uh-huh.
think that him trying to make pop sounding records is a good idea though? Right now in this current climate in hip hop, do you think that's a good idea?
I think it's something that he's never attempted before. And I think as an artist, we should give our artists the leverage to be able to try new things. I mean, he's given us the rapidy rap stuff. And what happens when it comes to hip hop artists, if you go out there and do the same things over and over, you collaborate with Nicki, Drake, and all that, they'll compare it to your old stuff. And then they'll say, we've heard this before. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
No,
if
that
you
is
it.
go
I
out
true.
mean,
there and do
But
something
it,
different, people will be like, "Oh man, this is whack." I mean, if it was whack, it was whack. But I'm not even a huge Wayne fan like that. But I'm listening to this, I'm like, this ain't really whack at all.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
Now,
I mean,
maybe
I
this is the
I
criticism I'll give it. Maybe some of the beats could be dated. If someone, if that's the critique, maybe some of the beats on there could be dated. But as far as him rapping, I mean, he's rapping at a pretty high trajectory, in my opinion.
Well, people were saying in
he's
the
and,
chat,
doing it.
Mike. So people were saying in the chat, Mike, that we didn't give the
Uh-huh.
same grace to Kendrick with Mr. Morale, and we playing favorites, and we're
Well, hold on. People could
I don't know
rewind
what
the
they
tape.
mean.
I remember when Mr. Morale came out on my birthday, I was impressed by the writing on there. Now, if we're being fair here, Kendrick is held to a different standard when it comes to album making and when it comes to concepts. When you've made To Pimp a Butterfly and you've made Good Kid, Mad City and you've made Damn and these
That's a fact.
conceptual albums, yes, we're going to hold you to a different standard. That's just the truth. So Mr.
That's a
Morale, it
fact.
was by far the I mean, especially as long as he had to make it as well. So that's a little bit different.
I mean, I
I
And
think
he's
like
in the
that
Mr.
prime of
Morale,
his
but I
career.
also
I,
I
Where
also
he's in the prime of
understand.
his career where Kendrick, I mean, I'm sorry not to interrupt y'all, but Kendrick was in the
Yeah.
prime of his career at that time. Wayne's 30 years in. It's a little different.
right. And
Yeah,
and
I
I
agree
kind
with
of
that.
I like
I agree
hip
with that.
hop and I like pop music. So I understand pop choices. I think a lot of people in our space, we don't really like pop music in our space. So when we hear that, it's an automatic no. Do you see what I'm
Well,
saying?
let's look.
Which I
Let's look
I'm
at
not mad
this
at.
too, though. Let's look at this too. When it was time to go on the Super Bowl stage, people said he didn't have those records to be able to warrant that stage, right? So y'all don't think that maybe that had something to do with these choices?
Maybe you may have
I
something
mean,
there. Yeah, you may have
regard
something there.
those still not Super Bowl songs. They not, especially because look at the fan reaction. Those not going to be songs that the people are they kicking his back end for this album. You think that they're going to take these songs that
And
he getting
this
drop kicks for and put them in the Super Bowl? He getting drop kicks
that's
for this album
I
at
right
mean,
the
I
now.
think
Super
he
He's
Bowl,
never
tried,
going. It's
you
not.
know.
But
bro.
I
At the
just think
Super
that
Bowl in
I
like
the
I
think
said,
he,
ocean full of
the
white
current
folks.
moment, this current moment in hip hop, I think the fans are rejecting rap artists going pop. I don't think no. I think we tired of that. That's part of what this Drake and Kendrick beef was about. I mean, I don't think we want that. And if an artist is still going for that, you tone deaf right now in 2025 because we
I
done with
think
that
if
shit
but
right
Wayne
now.
was
I,
We
going,
want we
look,
if,
I'm
if
with that super, and I agree. But what are the benefits to a rapper keeping it straight up hip hop too? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
what are the
right,
benefits of doing
because
that?
the straight up hip hop heads is not gonna support it either.
no, but
They're not
nobody is
supporting
Look at
doing
none of
look
that.
that.
at look at
We
KD3.
we
Look at KD3,
They're not
man. Like
supporting
KD3 was perfect. It was everything that a hip hop fan should want.
everything I wanted, right?
but you gotta listen. But we gotta understand the difference between why Nas is not like Nas is 50 years old. Like
Hey,
you know
hey,
what I mean? Like
hey, super,
he been out since.
Okay,
super. Let's super chat
Go
real
ahead.
quick,
but
guys.
the age don't matter in music.
Hey,
The music you use in your brain. It's not
hey,
physical. So
Mike Man with the super chat says a lot of people online are hating the Carter Six or secretly Drake fans that are mad that Wayne didn't help Drake when Kendrick was kicking his ass.
I
Laughing
don't
out
I
know
can
loud.
about
believe
I can
that.
kind of see that too.
I can
that.
believe
I can
that.
see that too.
OJ Weston says
Look,
with the super chat says dog water is greater than Carter Six. Come on, OJ. And Carter Six
Okay,
is greater than missionary. Okay. I agree
if
with
if
that.
Lil Wayne performs Sharks and the Days, the Bono song, if he performs that at the Super Bowl, it's going up. Trust me. It when an
I agree
ocean
with
full
you.
of
I
white
think the
folks,
Bono
when an
song,
ocean full of
yeah.
white folks hear those songs, it's going up. Okay, trust me. We're a
To your
different
point,
group.
Leroy.
We're a different.
To your point,
Yeah,
Leroy, it's Sunday. This album came out Friday. We're not even allowing the time for a video or any type of performance on a big stage for the vinyl record to even happen before people cast judgment on the whole project.
I
I
think this
think
is a
that
I
this
mean,
calculated.
album,
because
I
they
think
don't
this is a
like they
calculated
don't even want
effort.
to hear
This
the
is a
song. The
calculated
songs
effort to get to erase and hurt the legacy of Young Money, Cash Money. This whole online hate campaign. And
I
super, I
don't know
agree with
about
you,
that.
man. Where is this hate coming from? This is what Wayne has been doing for numerous amounts of years. But I'm just seeing
exactly,
so much
exactly.
hate coming out of nowhere. Like Mark Lamont Hill saying that we need to do a recall. This stuff is coming from somewhere else. Mike, you got a theory on that,
These are
right?
people, yeah, these are people who never really commentate on hip hop like that. I do believe that, Wayne siding with Trump kind of brings certain people out to criticize very quickly to kind of get Wayne
Okay,
out the paint. Because again, I mean, it was we saw this with Drake too. I remember when Certified Lover Boy came out, and I remember criticizing the fact that there was no growth. But the major publications weren't saying any of that stuff. They waited until what was the other one that came out?
the one
They
with
waited into
Party.
the whole. It was right before that.
But we nobody can
Uh,
move Wayne out the way though. It's Little Wayne. So let's just
nah.
keep in mind, nobody can move Little Wayne out of hip hop.
But they
That's
but they
impossible.
can try to make it seem like he's washed. And I've heard rappers that's washed, and Wayne's
It-
not washed. I mean, and it
yeah.
was funny. I was just listening to Not a Human Being Part Two, right? And songs like I Ain't Got No Worries. And I mean, he had some songs on there where he was spitting, but he was clearly high out of
right.
his mind. It was no coherent thoughts. Everybody loved it. But on a project like this, where he actually has some concepts. The record with Manny Fresh is dope. Like I don't understand. Like I don't know. think that there may be
Well,
like
hey,
3 or 4 records that could have been cut off of this album. But again, we're in the streaming era, so people are gonna leave the excess fat on these albums to keep streams up. Like, but it's
Hmm.
not one of those
that too.
albums where the worst songs outweigh the good ones. Definitely not.
I think he has
Yeah,
10 good songs. Now the problem is the other 8, but I think he has 10 good ones. And for anybody, the Sinners movies came out. Watch Sinners and then listen to Maria. That shit is crazy. But I think he has
Yeah,
10 solid. You know what I mean?
I'm
And
with you.
10
I'm
is
I
writing an article on this, man. It's a real complex thing, man. Because again, what makes it complex is the fact that everybody jumped and wanted this album to be bad. I feel like because it has
yeah.
way more redeeming factors than I think people are giving it
It
credit
was a
for. But again,
lose-lose
if you want to say the
situation for Wayne, no
productions,
matter what.
he shouldn't have called it the Carter Six. I think if this album was called something else, it would be received a little bit better.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see
it's
That
that.
Carter
definitely
series needs to be dead.
it's an indictment to me just on the fan base and how quick they are to just turn their back on you because like I think we all agree. I mean, I don't think that it's not different than what Wayne's been producing as far as musically.
Exactly.
It's not
That's
that different.
everybody
So
though. They turning their
and
back
like I
on
said,
Exactly.
everybody.
if you questioning this album and this album is just so trash and you want to move Wayne up or down a ranking because of this album, then you really never really liked Wayne like that in the first place.
Exactly. I agree. And that was my
I
thing too. And I
I
was saying, I
disagree.
was telling this around. I'm like, how did I not to interrupt you, Leroy, but yeah, it's like if you're really a Wayne fan and you like Wayne for his ability to spit, I don't see how you don't like this album. Like he's spitting on here.
I hear that, but Mike, also people have been waiting a long time for a really great album. If you, like I said, if you listen for the last like year and a half, every album that comes out, people have a complaint. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like
People in the streaming
every
era
album.
don't. You and I have talked about this, Leroy. People in the streaming era
You know what
don't
I'm
want a
saying?
great album. They just want to complain that ain't nobody made a great
Okay.
album. People just want a
Well, are
couple of
you
songs.
saying hip hop or are you
Hey,
just saying people in general? Because on the other side of
I
the
I
tracks,
say hip hop.
other
Hip
side
hop
of
is
the
a different
tracks.
yeah, I
beast.
mean, I'm not mad at that
I mean,
because I
I
don't
keep
see
saying
people
this, y'all.
I don't see people impressed. I don't see people happy with any effort from an artist no more. Because every artist
Yeah.
is getting slammed every weekend. That's what I've been seeing. If y'all
And if
happy with
somebody
somebody,
does
let me
make a
know who you
quality
happy with.
effort, but if somebody does make a quality effort, then they'll talk about it for a week and then move on to the next thing.
Right. Mike
I
Man with the
mean,
super
That
chat.
I'm
too.
saying it in this article. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Mike Man with the super chat says, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as hell. Eminem been pop and still one of the greatest rappers of all time. If you are mainstream, you have to give a little pop as well. Even Tupac made pop records. What are y'all smoking on? Jermaine Johnson with the super
What?
chat
What?
says,
Eminem?
Okay.
Man, please.
Jermaine Johnson says,
Okay.
Pusha's
Fuck
almost
out of here.
50. Pusha is almost 50. He's an example of mastering the doing the same thing over and over, but he still makes every project sound fresh. It can be done.
But he's
That's a good point.
limited
True.
too.
That's a
Like, because we're not gonna put Push in a top 20. At least I'm not, because he's limited in his subject matter
right.
and he's
He's not a
limited
pop
in his
star.
in his approach. It
Little
ain't
Wayne is a
about that.
pop star.
Scarface ain't a pop star. You know what I mean?
That's a
I get
fact.
what you're saying. Yeah.
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 Well, in
I
my
mean, like I said,
article,
I say this constantly over and over, and I really mean this. I think that hip hop has the worst fan base of any form of entertainment, no matter what it is.
for
We
sure,
have the worst fan base
for
there
sure.
is out here. We while somebody is up,
Well,
we
I just
ride with
think
them. As soon
No,
as
Leroy,
We
anybody
before
don't
you
right.
allow
go,
our
I
Leroy,
think
artists
the
before
to
you
core
grow.
go, Leroy,
audience.
before you go, I wanted to say this one little thing real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
I think hip hop is under attack, and I think super. You said that before. I think they're conditioning the hip hop audience
Okay.
to like TikTok songs and to have short attention spans and to like
Oh, of course. Of
memes
course.
and to like records that
Of course.
only 2 minutes and 19
right,
seconds with no hook, no bridge,
Yeah.
and they're conditioning our
Of
audience
course.
not to like and appreciate albums. These quick commentaries, this quick reactions on apart from us
you,
on
you-
YouTube. It's conditioning the audience
Right.
not to like music and not to like albums, and I think that's dangerous territory.
it's it's
Well,
going into the next topic
also,
that we're going to talk about. It's programming us to get ready for AI music. That's really what it is about.
I, I think AI has always been here because I think ever since someone found it cool to follow a trend, they themselves became an AI. But with the Wayne thing, you know what I mean. I think with the fans thing, I think the core of our audience grew up in the '90s, and since then we have this subliminal, subconscious comparing things to the '90s, and since we can't get that comparison filled, it's just been downhill from there. Like our standard is something from the '90s or the early 2000s, and since we can't get an equal to that, we're just upset. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
but
So
even
that could be a
but
problem.
Leroy, on that
You know?
though, even the Lil
Yeah.
Wayne fan standard is changing. That's what I'm saying about this
Okay.
album. Like, if you a Lil Wayne fan and this is your standard, and this is
Right.
he was the GOAT because he was rapping like this before. What okay, I get it. Your artist made a bad album, but to act like the man fell off the face of the earth, or he fell off, or he washed up. If this is what's washing, if this album is what washed Wayne up to you, I'm saying personally that he's been washed up since Carter 2. If this is all it took for you to say that he is washed up, it took this Carter 6 album, and you so disgusted, and
But before
a
Carter
couple of
Six
bad
was Carter
a
Five.
couple of bad production choices. You this mad about a couple of bad production choices because he's still
Bro,
rapping like
before
Wayne.
Carter
He's still
Six
rapping.
was Carter Five. So that was already a strike right there coming in off Carter Five. Then before Carter Five, it was what did Mike say? He said that I'm not human or whatever, the I'm not a human being. That was another one right there. It started off great. The album started off great, but it didn't land that way. So Wayne has had a couple of strikes for a while though. It wasn't, if they're calling him wash now, it's not just this album. It's some other stuff going back. I don't think we have to go all the way back to Carter 2 though. I mean, because I think Carter
If
3
you
sounds
calling him
like,
washed now, he been washed since the
yeah.
Carter 2. If you
I'm
that
calling him
disappointed in
washed
this,
because there's nowhere else for Wayne to go. So is he washed as I'm saying he's whack? I'm not calling him whack. I'm saying he's reached the end of the finish line. And I'm gonna bring up another name that you probably not gonna like either, but I'm sorry. When it would look at a ghost face, right? A ghost face has done everything already. So where is he supposed to go? Where is he supposed to go, Super? He's done everything. So when you've done everything already, what the only thing you could do is go back. That's where Wayne is at. What is he supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So when you reach that point, if I say you're washed, I'm not saying you're washed because you're whack. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you may be washed because you've already completed the whole chart. There is no other test for you no more. You know what I'm saying? You're done. You know what I mean? You're done. You've done everything in rap. You've told the stories. You've kicked the hardcore raps. You've made the crossover joints. You made the joints with mixing genres. You've done the singing style. You've done the harmonies. You've done the concepts. You feel what I'm saying? So anywhere you go
yeah.
now is just going to be a repeat. It's just going to be a repeat, and hopefully the repeat is great. But it ain't. You ain't gonna find a new challenge, I don't think, unless you challenge yourself, and that's the cheat code that I don't know if Wayne's gonna do. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I think that after a while, everybody get exposed for who they are, and some guys like this goes into the age well conversation that we always have and that comes up. I mean, sometimes these guys make music and it sounds great at the time, and for you can be the number one fan of that, and for you when you hear it, this shit sounds like the greatest shit you ever heard. And then as you get a little bit older, you move on, you
Yeah.
mature a little bit, all of a sudden it's just not sounding as good as it used to. And I just think that this is just that moment for them diehard Wayne fans that it's just like, man,
It's
your
fine.
goat been doing this, man. I
Even
tried to
even
tell you that he wasn't
Scarface,
a goat.
y'all. Even
I've been telling you
Scarface.
that he wasn't
What
a
is
goat. So
what
I
is
mean, like
Scarface
I'm
gonna
not
do?
surprised at all.
What is Scarface gonna do? If Scarface drops an album tomorrow, what is he gonna do that he hasn't already done for you? So at that point, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What do you do? You've reached the
I
end
mean,
of the road.
you just keep making dope raps and keep making dope songs that still connect with the people. That's really what you do. Connect with your fan base.
Okay, so
I mean, that's
when he
that's all
does
you
that,
can do.
it comes it comes and
Yeah, but the
goes.
point
Like
is, the
you said,
point
when
is,
you reach that
Wayne
goes.
Wayne's not connecting with his fan base anymore because those are the people giving him the hardest time about the album. I'm not even being that hard on
I
him because
think
I'm
I
not
think
a
it's
super fan of Wayne. I'm not even being that hard on him.
I,
I'm still giving him a little bit of bail because he ain't
I think it's
disappoint me because
Griselda
I
headaches.
never really was that into the shit in the first place. So it's the people that
I
really liked him that's really more disappointed than anybody. It's his fans that's disappointed about this. And that's the
okay.
confusion to me.
I,
It's like, dude, why y'all acting like the man fell off or he
I think
still
it's a
like
bunch of Griselda commenting on Lil Wayne. A bunch of dudes that be listening to Griselda. Now we're commenting on Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Well,
if his fans,
hey, we're gonna move on from Little Wayne. I would implore the audience to take another listen to the album. You know, sit with it for a week. Let us know next week what you think about it. I think right now we move so fast. We gotta, as content creators and people on these podcasts or YouTubes, it's our job to give the people the information. So we gotta come, we gotta listen to the music, kind of digest it, and then kind of formulate an opinion. Mike is writing an article, a review of the album. It will be on accordingtohiphop.com. Check that out. It'll be up there later tonight. Go to our website anyway. Our website is popping
right.
right now, accordingtohiphop.com. Every day we got new content for y'all. Some fresh content is dope. But let's get off of it, man. But again, this doesn't change. Uh Hold on one second. My wife is texting
His
me.
position, your list.
Hold on. I might have to
We
hold on a second. I got a slight little emergency.
okay.
Yes, I can come. I might have to pick my wife up. She can't find her car keys. Uh man, I don't know where they at. Okay.
Okay.
Um Yeah. So again, this doesn't change anything how I feel about Wayne. He's still solidly in my top 10. I will reveal my top 10 list at a later date. But in my top 10, I got Pac, obviously. I got Nas in there, obviously. Uh, I got Kane in my top 10. I got Jay in my top 10. I got Face in my top 10. But Wayne's in my top 10. And it's just, it is what it is, but
That's yeah.
and this doesn't change anything. He's like LeBron James at age 42 on the Lakers, age 41 on the Lakers. They don't do Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers. It don't do nothing. It don't change nothing for me, man.
We got it,
Hey,
man. We
this
got it.
this just
But a
this
bad album does hurt though. A bad album hurts. If you come out and people say, "Well, your album sucks," it don't feel good for people to say your album sucks. That don't
it,
feel good. It feels good for him because he's rich. He'll be like, "So what? My album sucks. I'm rich, fool." So at that point, he's clowning. But it don't feel good though. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
It
it
just
just
don't.
remind me of like the same shit that they kicking Wayne back in, the same thing that they criticize him for, the
We
same thing
got
that
it.
they saying about him right now. I think a lot of us been saying that about him for a while. I mean, like sometimes when grown folks is talking and telling y'all about some hip hop shit, just shut up and listen sometimes because like like the same shit that y'all acting like
Yeah.
that y'all so we've been telling you this already. We've been telling
Don't want
y'all
to
this
listen.
already.
They don't
Y'all
want to
just
listen.
not reckoning up
They
and
don't want to
realizing
listen.
it. Yeah, y'all don't want to
Hey,
listen.
hey,
Y'all see everything as just straight up hate when it's like it's just really constructive criticism. And we've been seeing this shit for a while. I mean, I don't
hey,
know,
y'all kick
bro,
off. Y'all
but
kick off this.
I mean,
Super and Lear, kick off
Yeah.
this AI
You got
topic
to
real quick.
run.
No, kick off this AI topic real quick. I gotta take a
Okay.
phone call.
Okay. So you want me to kick it off? You want to go? You want to go, Super? Go ahead.
no, you got it. Go ahead.
I mean, for me, right? The AI situation, I understand everybody's concern. I appreciate
Hold on one
Timberland's.
second. Hold on one second. Before you kick it off, Lear, introduce the topic, man. Like I do it. Introduce the topic, bro. Tell
Okay,
them
okay,
what we talking
my
about.
fault, my fault. My fault. So we're talking about this Timberland situation with AI and him having an AI artist and the ramifications about what that is. You know what I mean? So if you guys were online yesterday, you probably saw Timberland talking about it. And this is a changing in hip hop, an AI situation in hip hop, right? So things happen, evolution happens, right? At one point in history, the gun was invented. When the gun was invented, I wish I could go back in time in a time machine and show my people the science of a gun, right? Because if I showed indigenous people what a gun was about early, then I think they would have stood a better chance against invading forces. That's one way to look at it. You have the atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb, right? I wish I could go back and show people what the nuclear bomb is about. Because had I shown them before but when they had a chance to fight back, I think there would have been a different circumstance. So when I'm using weapons of war, this is not it, right? But now we're at another change of technology. I think instead of running from it, we may want to run to it and just figure it out before
No,
all the information is owned by companies not run by us. If we start to own our own IPs with that early, a person can't take your ownership because they're going to use your voice, they're going to use your likeness. You own your own voice and likeness before they even do that. But again, there's a bunch of things that can be in this conversation, but in my view, it's already here. I think they've already been
I
using it. I think it's already been in action. That's me. You know what I mean?
I think that the whole. I mean, we keep talking about this, and Timberland been throwing out the hints that he was going to start an AI company. He was going to be invested
Right.
into this AI music, and I guess he's going to be the face of AI music. I just think that the whole idea is just dumb. Like for a person like Timberland to even be promoting. I mean, like, why are we even attempting to take the creative aspect of creating music away from human beings and have factory produced, microwaved, box
We don't
music?
got that now.
I mean,
We don't have that right
well,
now.
I mean, at least not to the level that they are trying to make it. I mean, you got to look at this whole thing, and I really honestly do believe that there is a mega conspiracy going on within the music industry, within hip hop, with these streaming platforms. I think that this is all a major plan for them to take control of the music, don't really even have artists to pay, and when they put this
But
AI
you're saying
artificial
that started
music out
now?
there,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think it's all a plan. I think that when you go out and you
Okay.
got this AI generated music created and you streaming, it's only paying you a penny for so a
Right.
thousand streams or whatever like that, whatever it is, that is suited for
Right.
AI and computer music. That's the only justification
But
for
but but
this.
here
I
here's the
think that
thing
there's
though.
a long running plan for them to take the producer and get him out of the way, take the artist, get him out of the way,
Okay.
and just make whatever song they want
Here's
to
the thing
make,
though.
push whatever message they want
Here's
to
the
they want to make,
they
and
they they
it's a way
doing
to
that now
control the
though.
people.
They doing that now. You mean to tell me when Soldier Boy came out with Superman and they put it on ringtones that wasn't already AI right there? That's human AI, but it's AI. That's an influence being used to change the trajectory. They did that with Soldier Boy. Even I don't want to put all that on Soldier Boy, but I'm just showing you a plant. You know what I mean? That's right there. But it's like, let's take Timberland for example, right? A computer, no matter how you do it, a computer is not going to make a beat better than Timberland because they're using Timberland's format to make the beat. What I mean is his AI, right? He put his own beats into the AI. The AI configures those sounds around and comes back with a different beat. But the AI is still a slave to Timberland because Timberland is the one that put his beats in the AI to begin with. You see what I'm saying?
I get that point about it if you want to say that, but like I said, that just goes into turning it into a factory. I mean, you got to look at it like this. When this
Right.
is a slightly off subject but on subject at the same time. Once
They're saying this
everything
wasn't
goes
AI.
automated,
That
right?
was AI.
Once
Young Thug is an AI
once
to
everything goes
me. Young
automated,
Thug is
once everything goes automated, right? And you
yeah.
have a factory full of machines that make cars or whatever, right? You only need
Right.
maybe four guys to run this whole plant that makes cars. You know what I mean? When something goes wrong, you go in there, push a little button, the computer fixes itself. Pretty soon, the computers will be fixing themselves. So it'll be less and less people needed to even make music. I mean, if you're taking jobs from people who actually play instruments, you're taking jobs from the engineer, you're taking jobs from the producers and the creators. When you can just take one beat, put it into the machine, and then the computer is taking one beat and formulating and calculating 10,000 beats.
But
It's
I
just the
think people are
removal of
assuming.
the human process
I understand.
and the
I think
human
everybody is
expression in
assuming.
music.
I think everybody is assuming the music is gonna be dope, and that's what they're. I think you're making the wrong assumption. If I make an instrument factory, right, and all we do is build instruments all day, that does not mean that the artists grabbing my instruments are gonna automatically be dope. And that's I don't think people grasp that point. You could use AI. That doesn't mean your music's gonna be dope. You have to apply the same level of creativity with that tool that if you wanted to learn to play the guitar, you had to sit there and play it. Now you're putting that information in a beat machine or in the AI, but you still have to learn the tool. If you do not learn properly, your music's still not going to be saved even with the AI.
Of saying,
You know what I mean? You
okay, we've
still have to
listened
have
to this
talent.
thing for 3 or 4 months on radio. You remember that point where every
Like skill cannot be
You on mute,
replaced.
Ron. You muted.
I think people think the AI makes you automatically super skilled. That's not what it does, y'all. You're not gonna be super skilled at making music because you bought it because you got an AI. You're
Hey,
not. You still
hey,
have to have talent.
hey, let me tee this up. So Timbaland defended himself. He was on a Twitter space, I believe, with Guru, who's an engineer for Jay, and they had a conversation. Let's play a little bit of the conversation, and I want to kind of chime in on a little bit of this as well. But let me tee that up.
All
we
right.
got tired of it and Tim moved. So after we get out of that phase, we get to a Justin Timberlake phase. Okay, now y'all copying the Justin Timberlake phase. And then we could go on and on. But what we trying to do is make sure that the human emotion is still in it. To make sure that we still get to represent who we are from learning and being older. Like a Jay-Z at whatever, 28 years old or 27 on a Reasonable Doubt is different than a Jay-Z on a 444. But if I would have left it up to AI and y'all only had Reasonable Doubt, you would have never got to 444. That's the point.
That's what I just said.
I think we're leaving out the taste factor.
Exactly.
And also,
I mean, to be honest with you, man, it's like I think regardless of what I was trying to make, it was my taste of what I was hearing in my head.
Did you see that in my post? I said, yo, bro, you leaving out your impeccable taste. Your taste
You gotta understand, I did that shit with spoons. Cause I ain't had, my mom couldn't afford a keyboard. I couldn't afford stuff, but it was my taste. So no matter what I'd use, I was gonna get the best because it was in me. That's what God gave me.
Tool is.
No matter what the tool is, I know how to play.
But hold on though. Hold on. So if you still gotta know how to use the tool, the training of using the tool is still part of what makes you make what you make, even the restriction of the tool. So if I could take all of jazz and I could program this thing to say, yo, here's the history of jazz music. Someone who's never touched an instrument ever in their life could go, you know what? Give me a song that's 25% Coltrane, 10% Monk, 10% this person, 10%, and put. It's like you never had the training to understand. And I'm saying jazz because that's like one of the hardest things to play. Jazz players don't play for the audience. They play for themselves. They play to show off to other jazz players.
Yeah.
To show that you can play on that level. That's a real deep thing. Mm-hmm. So to even stand on a stage at Minton's, right? And be like, yo, we taking this away from what regular jazz is and we're going to create this new thing. You had to already have the old thing to say that we moving away from that to get to this new thing. That's what make Coltrane. So if anybody can do Coltrane, it's like when kids come up to me and be like, yo, I could play Coltrane's song better than Coltrane. I'd be like, why would I want to do it? I already heard Coltrane. That's his expression.
So
not yours.
Guru, let me ask you a question.
Hold
Just
on,
because you
Ron.
can fire a
Hold on.
pistol don't make you a sniper, though.
Exactly. You can't be like Coltrane because you got an AI. That was a reach. You mean to tell me because you got an AI, now you're comparable to Coltrane? That's a reach. Go get an AI and try to make an album better than Illmatic or KD3 or Reasonable Doubt. Or if it's that if you think it's that easy, go get an AI and do it. If it's that easy, I promise you,
And
you won't be able to be a better rapper than Nas because you got an AI. I promise you.
I agree with what he was saying too when you when he was bringing up the human aspect, and even we'll just link this, like, well, this is part of the dangers of it. We'll use even the movie Sinners, right? The movie Sinners, and how music is like a spiritual. It's, it's a spiritual connection. It's
It is.
ancestral connection there. It draws emotion. What emotion is this computer going to be drawing for us when we start letting the
You
computer
got to
make
program
this
it.
music? What
I think
what
it's just
message is the is the
I think it's fundamentally lazy. Like I said, I've always said on this platform, we remove the A&R out of music. These executives, these artists, these producers don't want to go out to the clubs. They don't want to go out to the street. They don't want to go to these music schools. They don't want to go to the churches. They don't want to go to the block and find new musicians, hear new talent, take them to the studio, fly them to wherever they need to be flown to, rent the
right?
studio time, get the instruments, book the background singers,
So
book
what's
the
the difference
percussionists.
now?
Now the difference now is they're just programming it in the computer and it's just lazy. Timberland wants to sit down in his
But if you
nice.
were
Oh,
already
let me finish. Let me
lazy,
finish my point. Timberland wants to sit in the comforts of his basement and
okay.
just make music and program the music. He's not trying to go out and find that next new wave of talent and pour into them because it's different. A computer can't give you the feeling when you say run that take back, take a deep breath and sing it like this,
Right.
or think about when you were,
Ron, he's nice without the AI. That's the problem, though. Timberland without the AI is already dope. So what we gonna do with Timberland without the AI? You see
well,
what I'm saying? So he's already a problem.
I don't think he's confident in his abilities of being dope anymore. And now he's looking for a tool
Yeah.
like AI to kind of lean on to kind of create a new sound. He's not confident
Right.
that he can go find a young artist or a young female
But
or a
it's
young
found.
rapper and put him out. I think he's lost his confidence as he got older.
The
Now
Yeah,
he
AI
yeah, yeah. It's
makes his
right.
sound.
it's like
It's
taking
like he
Viagra.
running
It's
from
like
being
taking
AI is
Vi-
he's programming it.
right.
it's like being like an OG back in the day. You can run through about 4 or 5 in a weekend. Now you about 50, 60 years old. You got to rely on that blue magic to kind of get you through
But
that period. You know what I
Ron,
mean?
still
Right.
though, Ron, the AI is only doing what Timberland is telling it to do. So in essence,
And
the AI is just Timberland. It's not the
in
AI
my
is not
opinion,
doing it on its own. He's programming it.
The artist though,
That's what
in
it's
my
about the.
opinion,
I ain't talking about the beats. I'm
Timberland
talking about the artist. Go ahead.
it's
all
almost
right.
like hating on the it's almost like hating on the youth even doing this too. It's like, like, why can't we get this new fresh hip hop sound that's created by the people? You know what I mean? Why is AI, why are we even thinking that AI is the future of music creation at all? When it really doesn't have
I
anything to
think,
do with music at all. I mean, just
but
because we can do
we
it don't
know
mean that it should be done.
we know that humans always go with what's easier. We could look through human evolution and we see humans always choosing an easier path whenever technology makes it available. So we know what they're going to do. But what I'm saying is, I understand people's concern and it makes sense. But the AI is only doing what you program it to do. That's what I think. I think people believe the AI is doing the work for you. That's not what it's doing. It sounds like that's what it's doing, but the moment you stop working, the AI is not going to generate new ideas anymore because you're not putting in no more new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs you to function. That's what I'm like. In essence, right? I've talked a lot about lyrical stuff like metaphors, punchlines, schemes, double entendres. Well, I could talk about that stuff all day, but that's not going to automatically make you dope. It's just not. You could have the tools right there. Okay, I understand what a metaphor is. I understand what a scheme entendre is. I understand the building up to a punchline. But that's not gonna automatically make you dope just because you have the tools. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Melvin
You
Lee. Melvin Lee, you wanna call in because I think you want us to interact. You got a comment or two. You can call in. And let us know what your thoughts. Go ahead, Super.
I mean, I just think that you got to be careful what you wish for. The eventually there will be whole shops of radio stations and people that just won't even be needed in music anymore. And I just think that while we looking at it, we thinking that it's a good idea, but it's really a good idea for the industry and not a good idea for the artists and for artist creation. When you got these guys making beats with AI, I mean, why would anybody be inspired to create anything new? You know what I'm saying? And I
but
just
super,
think that
super,
the the
we
help the
came up
help
playing
like
instruments and then we bought beat machines. So in essence, we bought AI. Like we came up learning how to play the guitar, playing the horn, playing the drums. We had to physically play the instrument to get the beat. Then when beat machines came out, we bought the beat machines. So we put away our drum sets, we put away our horns, we put away our guitars. That's what we did that. So we already took the same route, Super. If you think
I mean, like
about
I
it.
said, I get what you're saying and how you're trying to equate it to that. I mean, we did use it and simplify it, but at the same time, you still have to push that button on the keys, or you have to push that pad on the board. So it's
Beat
different
machines.
than it's different than erasing the engineer, erasing the bass player that comes in and puts the live chords over the bass. Like we got to just be careful in how fast we really moving for this, because what will be the inspiration in the future for people to even make music when it's that simple? People can just, when you can just, you yourself, you get this program, we can go in there and make all of the best fucking music we want right there. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
what
right.
will be the
But
point
people do
in a
that
minute? And I think that
before the
it's
AI,
all
right?
eventually all of this will backfire on the music industry, just like streaming.
It
Streaming
will.
has
It will.
backfired on the artist. Like
It will.
every move that
But
the industry
but
continues to make has backfired over and over,
but
slowly
like
but
I
surely.
said,
And like I said, when if you got this industry backing this, you got the industry backing this. This music industry is backing this. They backing the streaming. I really believe
but
that
even
this is just a
Hey,
solid.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Super. I would say AI. You're right. I was going to say you're right about a lot of things. AI is going to replace a lot of different things. Like I was in talking
of
about
course.
factories. You talking about factories. I was on Las Vegas. I was on the Las Vegas Boulevard, and they already got they just testing them out. The Ubers is going to be gone. They had I saw 20 autonomous cars just rolling down the strip, back and
They're
forth,
already
back
gone
and
where I'm
forth,
from.
Right.
back
I'm
and
from
forth, back.
Silicon Valley.
So the
When you
cabs
get
and
in
the
a
taxi
car,
trucks
it's
is
no
going to
driver.
be now Tesla. They saying
Yeah.
Tesla and I think Volvo. They're gonna make uh trucks. They're gonna be AI
I'm
trucks.
from
They're gonna take
Silicon
the
Valley,
goods
where
from
this
one
stuff
coast to the
is made.
next. You know what I'm saying?
When you call an Uber, it's no driver in the driver's seat. The driver's gone. The car pulls up by itself, and you just tell it where it goes. There's no driver, so that's already
I mean,
here. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is,
Uber.
with the music, without AI, when you go to a major label, they give you a bunch of data, and they're saying this sound is popular. You need to make this sound. So even though an AI is not involved, they already are acting like an AI because they're making decisions based on data. That already erased a lot right there. It's
Right.
a
We got
data-based decision.
we got a guest in the building. What's your name? Where you from, brother?
Oh, Stein, baby. I'm from Tampa, Florida, man. I've
Okay.
been I've been rocking
What
with
up?
y'all for a long time, bro. Like straight up, I know
What's good,
Leroy.
bro?
I don't agree with Leroy a lot. I see Super do all that lot. I fuck with y'all boys, bro. And
I got
I
you.
have to agree. I have to agree with Leroy, bro. That AI shit
Yeah.
is some bullshit, bro. That's the lazy man's path. That's lazy, bro. That's lazy as hell, bro. That's lazy,
We
bro.
know
Like
humans are lazy.
what you said.
Humans are But we know humans are lazy. When they get a new technology, we know humans opt out for the new technology. They just do. They do,
You,
bro. Every time a new iPhone comes out,
I agree with you, and I agree with you that on that point again. Humans are lazy, right? But I'm not your typical human. Like the way I grew up with, how I grew up and how I was raised.
right.
We don't take the lazy route. We put the work in. You feel me? My daddy played drums and played the bass guitar. Nigga, I make beats. I know how to play the piano and all that shit. Effort. I put work into this shit. So this AI, I don't like it, bro. And like without, cause he just said it, just came out, right? But Timbaland said something about that AI shit like at least like 4 years ago, bro. Like I think it was right
Yeah,
before COVID. A little bit. He was already hitting at us, letting us know, like, nigga, I'm finna
Hmm.
focus this AI shit. You feel me? He gave us a
Yeah,
little, he let us know, bro. So like, cause when we think about producers, right? Timberland got a lot of credit for things that wasn't just Timberland. Y'all know who Danger is. Cause we all hip hop heads around this bitch, right? All of us hip hop
I know what you
heads.
mean. Yeah, I
We
know what
know
you
who
mean.
Danger is.
Hmm.
Danger the hands. So
Yeah,
Timberland getting credit on boo doo, all that other potato shit. That shit wasn't just Timberland, nigga. That was Danger. That
but
was
here's my
Danger, bro.
pushback
right.
So
though.
we giving the
Here's my
people a lot
pushback.
of credit for. My fault. Go ahead,
If
brother. I
Dr. Dre
apologize.
does it, Dr. Dre
I
does it, and we
and
don't have a problem.
I say the same thing about Dr. Dre too, bro. I say the same thing
But
about Dr. Dre. So you ain't getting that nigga no pay. I say the
bro,
same thing about his ass too, bro. Scott
Puff
Storch,
Daddy did the same thing.
Mailman, all them co-producers.
Bad Boy Records was not
But
Puff Daddy pressing the button. It wasn't. So Puff Daddy did the
nigga, I
same
don't.
thing.
Once again, you just keep proving my point, Leroy. Straight up, you just keep proving my point. The same
So,
thing. Niggas get Puff
that's
Daddy
the
producing
same.
credits, but Puff Daddy don't need no producing credits, bro. This man talking about he gonna go do a versus against Jermaine Dupri. A nigga who make beats against a nigga who don't make beats. You lost.
I hear what you're
You
saying
lost,
though, but
bro.
the
And
reason why it's dope is because Dr. Dre programmed the sound into other producers. Puff Daddy he
I
programmed the sound
I get Dr.
using
Dre that.
the hit so Timberland is just programming the AI. The AI is not doing it by itself. He's programming it. You know what I'm saying? I just
It's
gotta
still
say
AI
that.
though,
We
like I
bro.
thinking
said,
the
man,
AI
So
is
who
doing it.
writing the music, brother? Tell
Hey,
me who writing it.
Super, go ahead.
we
Timberland
just
is
gotta be like I
writing that
said, man.
music,
We gotta
and
be
the AI
careful.
is
We
just
gotta be careful of
reconfiguring it.
what we wish for, and and look at it for the long run game. I connect the dots, and I like to see where shit is going and where it can lead up to, and what's the next move and why. And like I said, for me, I
Right.
always look at the why. Why do they want to do this? Why do they want to have fewer artists? Why do they want to have fewer producers? Why do they want
Hey, so
people not
super. Can
creating?
I ask you this?
For
Can I ask
speed,
you this,
for
Go ahead.
brother?
speed, for
You know
speed.
why
Right.
they don't want you know why they doing it, bro? Cause they don't have to pay niggas. That's why they doing it.
That's exactly.
If
Yes,
That's
it's
exactly
AI,
my
yes,
point.
I don't have to pay a
Exactly.
nigga.
yes,
Exactly. You don't
Skirt
have to
yes.
up.
pay
That
nobody.
is why.
And this is why I say it's
But here's
all a
the upside.
connection. And this goes into why they back in the streaming. They don't have to pay nobody. So this
You ain't gotta
Exactly.
streaming
pay
is really
nobody.
the streaming process is really set up for AI music to take over music. And that's
Yep.
the real
But here,
Yep.
danger that we really
yeah.
not really
But here's the
seeing
thing
here.
though.
That
It, here's the thing though, Super. If we take it over into movies, right? If Ryan Coogler didn't use modern technology, then where would he be? He used the modern technology to make the Black Panther, to make Sinners, and to get
Right.
ownership of the Sinners
Right.
IP, right? But if he didn't do that, he would have paid exponentially more millions, and he may not have been able to complete the film. You
Well,
see what I'm
not well.
saying?
But
See
but
in the future, Leroy, in
movies
the
and
future.
music is different, brother.
But
My
see,
fault, Ryan. I'm
but
sorry.
not,
I
but I,
I
apologize,
hear,
it's
brother.
it's
I hear
all good. But Leroy, in the future,
right.
AI will be used to create sinners. It won't be a Michael B. Jordan. It won't be a
Right.
Ryan Coogler. It will be just
Right.
AI actors.
Yep.
That's the danger of it. You know what I'm
It
saying?
won't
I,
it won't be
But
there.
it
yeah.
won't be as good. It won't be as good without the brain of Ryan Coogler. Because Ryan Coogler still got to write out the
But
words.
Leroy,
Got to
it
write
won't
out the
have to be
story.
as good.
It
It
won't
won't
be as
have to be
good.
as good because it'll be cheaper to make. You won't have to pay anybody, and it
Right.
can be subpar. People gonna still watch it, and it's gonna be made for dirt. So it won't
But
have to be as good.
somebody had to program.
I don't think that
Somebody
they're
had to.
gonna. I don't think that they care about the music being good or not. I just think, like I said, it's more about control and it's more about
It's
messaging.
about
You know what I
money,
mean?
bro.
It's about
Money.
It's
money
Like,
and
definitely money.
control.
listen, okay, like you said, it ain't about the quality of the music. It ain't even about the quantity of the music. It's the fact
No,
of I can make this music and I don't have to pay nobody, bro.
right.
You feel me? So it's like I'm a
That is
prime
what it is.
example right now. We all hip hop heads. I've been watching this, like I said, Super. I've been watching Leroy, Ron, all that. Tell Mike, what's up, Mike D? You feel me? Like I know I've been dog. According to hip hop is my shit, bro. I fuck with y'all. You feel me? You don't have
Respect.
to pay them. You feel me? You don't have to pay the people, the mute. You don't
Right.
have to pay them.
That's true.
It goes back to a dead rapper. You feel me? Like,
Right.
okay, he just died and the numbers went up, nigga. The numbers just went up just because he died. And how many we got today? We got Young Dog, PNB Rock, all of them. Big die, numbers go up. And then when the numbers go up, is they paying your mama? Is they making sure your mama's straight? Is they making sure your
No,
daughter them is straight and all that? They not doing that. They just making
Hey,
money and they don't even have to pay you, not
but
alone your
bro,
mama and your children.
now you can make an album yourself of a high quality that you could not afford to make before because you might have not had the money to make it, but now you can make it without having the money. So there, I
hey,
mean, there
Leroy,
is
I'm
a
hey,
talking about
shout,
dead
downside.
niggas, Leroy. I'm talking about
hey,
dead niggas, Leroy.
shout out to Mel
I
Lee in the
understand. I
chat. I see he
understand.
said
But you can control your own IP too. So if you were to die, then it does go back to your family. If you own it. You see what I'm saying?
And you're right
hey
about that. You're right about that. You're right about that, right? And whatever. I just told y'all, I'm from Tampa, Florida, bro. I'm from the streets, bro. I'm a hood nigga. Look at me, nigga. Do I look like a hood nigga or not, bro? I'm from the streets, bro.
Look.
Nigga,
Yeah, yeah, that's all good.
the motherfucking money, bro. Like, I'm from there. So, like, how many of us, I'm different, but how many of us actually know the paperwork and you know what I'm saying, what you sign there or not? A lot of us don't know shit what we signing, nigga. All we know is, hey, we gonna give you this money and you go to this studio and drop your rhymes and blah blah blah. We don't know the read between the lines, what they call it, the fine print. The fine
The
print.
Right.
A
legalese.
lot of us
Yeah.
don't know nothing about the fine print, bro. Just
That's a
being
fact.
real about it. I know about
right.
the fine print, but a lot of my people, we don't know nothing about that fine print, bro. We just trying to sign. Oh, record deal, boom,
Right.
boom, boom. Yo, got it,
But
whoever,
now
Gucci man, boom, boom, whatever. We
that's
just gonna
another
sign
point.
it.
That's another point though. Now you could run your contract through the AI, and the AI is going to tell you where you're getting fucked at. The AI
You
is going
right
to tell
about
you,
that
don't
too.
sign
You
this,
right about
sign.
that too.
The
You
AI
gotta
is
use
going
your
to read it
resources.
for
You
you.
right,
Hey,
man.
hey, shout
You
So
out
it's
to
right.
going to
Mel
be
You
Lee
right.
in the
harder
You
to
right
chat,
about
compete
man.
that.
He
See,
brought up
with
he
see,
the
I'm
brought up
from
AI
a
a good
different.
studio.
point.
We ain't had AI,
He brought up.
but you right.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let
Go
me
ahead,
bring
brother.
this
I
in here real quick.
apologize. My fault.
Shout out to Mel Lee in the chat. He said the more you feed AI, the more it can make on its own. And that's what we're really dealing with. We're dealing with this AI that's self-learning. And you know, in a minute, it won't need the human being, to be honest with you, to make the music. You'll be able to just tell
No, the
the
more we
AI
feed
what
it,
to
he
make
right.
and what to do.
Right. It's already
You
starting.
know,
There's a case of AI starting to disobey commands and is overriding. It's doing its own thing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
they already got
yeah,
documented cases of the AI
Terminator.
figuring out how to circumvent
yeah.
and
Yup,
navigate
Terminator.
the
Yup.
damn plans and instructions. It's creating its own
And
instructions. It's crazy.
Hey, even on the street level, right?
and
They're about to have AI police, and what I mean is AI police that are just drones that survey the city. So now, once you hit a lick or something, you can't hide because you
Man,
cannot hide from
that ain't
robots.
the lit shit being done, bro. That shit over
You
with,
can't
bro.
hide.
That shit over with. And you Cali. And I know that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit been that lit. I'm in Florida, nigga. That shit been over with. But I'm gonna go back to what Ron was saying when he was talking about the AI, right? And I'm gonna bring it back to what we was talking about, right? We said Timbaland with the AI shit, right? And he using the AI Tata or whatever whatever the girl name that he would bring up, right? It's
Right.
gonna get to the point where, bitch, that AI ain't even gonna need your ass, Timberland. You obsolete now.
Right.
Cause you missed this.
Right.
You want to be
Right.
Mister. I'm gonna be the first person to use AI. Boo, boo, boo. Bitch, that AI ain't even gonna need your ass no more. Ain't no more
But
Right.
he
beatbox.
owns the
Right.
IP though.
All that
He
shit he
owns
did,
the
and that shit
IP
over
to
with.
that. But he owns the IP. So if that AI starts to create music on its own, the money's still going to Timberland because he programmed the AI. So he owns the IP.
So can I ask y'all boys this on some real deal hip hop shit? Cause I know y'all know about it. Y'all remember Beat Club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beat Club
Yep.
when he
Who
started Beat
saw?
Club, when he started
Yeah,
that
yeah,
website and shit, right?
right.
Okay.
Right.
How many good reviews and how many bad reviews did you hear? It was more bad reviews than good reviews, bro. You feel me? It was
Yeah,
what's
I hear
going
you.
on,
I hear
brother? It was,
What's
bro.
up?
you. What's
What's
Like
good,
up,
and I
man?
and
fellas?
like to me, I was talking to my homeboy the other night, bro. I think what the night is? It's Sunday nights. I think I talked to him Thursday. I say the best producer ever is Pharrell, bro. If you really want to think about it, that's the best producer, bro. Cause you gotta think, Pharrell made beats for a lot of people with no samples. So then we can argue about it all day. I wish Mike D was here and everything else. But who
You're right. You're right.
who better than Pharrell, bro? Let's be real. Who better than him?
Missy
I'm
Elliott.
willing to hear everybody's shit. Let's go.
Missy Elliott.
She don't produce.
I like Missy. Missy, no, who said Missy?
I
White
did.
t-shirt? What's your
Yeah.
name, brother?
My name
I
Mel.
like Missy. I love Missy, bro. Mel, nice to meet you, brother. I like Missy, especially when it comes to R&B. I love Missy.
But
She
I
got
hear
the
you on the no sample.
Fantasia songs. She got the Maya song. My love is like whoa, like no, you right, bro. That Virginia, cause like dog. I'm a hip hop head for real, bro. So I tell Virginia have out of anybody. I'm from Florida. I'm from all that shit, but Virginia have when it comes to producers,
You got
they got
Teddy.
the most.
You got Teddy Riley. You got
You
Pharrell,
got
Chad Neptune,
you got
Neptunes,
you got Teddy Riley,
Timberland
you
sounded
got
like the
you got
future in
Timberland,
'96.
Missy.
you got Bink, Bink from Virginia, you got Bink one shot deal, Bink. What the nigga song he had? He had lights camera action, and he had oh what was that on Blueprint? All I need, and then yeah, Bink.
Hola,
That's Bink.
Jovito.
Wait, Bink
He
one
did.
shot deal.
He did Devil in a
Yeah.
New Dress. I think on Kanye joint. Bink did that one.
Yep. He did that shit too. And then you got Lex
But
Luger,
Libido,
nigga.
Timberland has
Lex
always
Luger from
sounded like the
Virginia
future.
too.
When, when we first heard Timberland in '96, he already sounded like the future. So he's always been a
Yeah, you
pioneer
right.
for the future.
Hey,
We never heard
You
a
right.
drum pattern like
we got
we
a
never
special.
heard that.
We got a
You
guest in
know,
here. Mel, where you from, brother? Welcome to the show. What's
I'm
on your
from
mind tonight,
Milwaukee,
bro?
Wisconsin.
Okay,
I'm
you
from
from
Milwaukee,
salute,
Wisconsin.
salute.
Oh, you from
Shout
Super's
out to
neck
the
of the
All
man.
right.
woods. You Super's neck. Like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
on your mind tonight, brother?
No, y'all was just talking about AI, and I'm saying the more you feed AI, the more AI can create on its own. So these producers keep the bass player. Y'all said something about the bass player come lay down his tracks, and this person come lay down their tracks for AI. That AI is gonna be able to create new music off of them chords just by because it's gonna remember all of this. Everything you feed it, it's never gonna forget it. You know, so y'all
Right,
gotta understand that. So
I
right.
you
agree.
you use AI, it's gonna put you out of business.
But
Right.
Got you, no
It's
here's
gonna
the
be the
doubt.
thing
end
though.
of the music business.
If you program that AI, to use your sound, even when it starts to generate without you, it still got to pay you because you the owner. So you're not working and you're still collecting money for what the AI is
No, it
doing.
don't work like that. It don't work like that,
But
Leroy. It don't work like that.
it's using your It's using your patterns because you the one that programmed it. Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's
like I
using
said,
But
you.
bro,
what
we
about
just
the
got to be careful. We got to be careful with what we sign up for and we giving them the AOK for. We got to reject this shit because who wants music packaged? Who wants microwave packaged up music? You want music with
Record
feeling.
labels.
You want music that expresses human emotion. You want beats done and created by human beings to move hip hop forward. I mean, are we really being this lazy that we looking as a robot and AI as the future of music and hip hop? If that's the case, then like I said, it's over. I mean, we might as well just give it up, bro.
Yeah,
How
but
long? How long are
yeah,
we?
but we
How long is that going to last?
But I'm saying, haven't we already got lazy though? The level of lyricism has gone down, so we got lazy. The level of creativity with beats has gone down. There is no more care about even like dancing or creating a new fashion trend or having a group. Like remember when we had rap groups? We don't have those. So in all facets, we are devolving. The DJ culture. Do we have a DJ
But I
Kid
get, I
Capri?
get, I
Do
get
we
what you
have a
said
funk
because you
flex?
are right, Leroy. You are
Do
right,
we?
right? You are 100% right, right? But I'm gonna push back on it because it's society, it's the majority, it's commercial. Cause nigga, it's a lot of us who don't think like that, bro. We don't listen
Oh,
to.
yeah,
It's a lot of us that don't listen to the radio, bro. We don't follow all
for
that.
sure.
Nigga, you don't do that shit. You don't do that shit. You know what the
Right,
hell really,
right,
really what's going on, bro. You feel me?
I know what you mean.
You don't listen to
Yeah,
you don't listen to NBA young boys and all this other cause like it's a no, it's so it be so many rappers that I see, bro. I'm like, how the fuck is this nigga popping and I don't even hear nobody listen to this nigga? But he got a
right,
chain on. He got all. You feel me? Like who is this nigga? I don't even know who this nigga is. And you not good. You not
that's
even
a fact.
good, bro. Cause so like
That's
we listen to the Freddie Gibbs. We listen to the 38 Specials. We listen to the Benny the Butchers. We listen to all that's us. We keep it alive, bro. We keep it alive. So
right.
like when you
we
talk
we
about
ain't
all
going
that
nowhere.
other
We
that
ain't
shit
going
don't
nowhere.
matter, bro. The
We
Yeah.
ain't
talent
going
could
nowhere.
create us and all that.
Well, Bro Stein, man, you make a good point. Mel, Bro Stein, Mel, give us your final words for the night, man, for so we can close out the show. Mel, what's your
My
final
fault,
thoughts?
brother. My fault.
Listen, man, this is probably like my second time listening, and I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is something that need to be had. That's all. You know what I'm saying? This is good conversation. I just jumped in. I came in when the AI was going on, when y'all was talking about AI. So I listen to all type of music. So I can't call myself a hip hop head, although I'm hip hop's age. I'm 51. I've been there from the
Low.
beginning to the end. Well, to now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I listen to all types of music, man. So I'm just saying, open up y'all minds. That's all.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man.
For
Tap in with
sure.
us
For
next time,
sure.
bro. We
Salute.
appreciate
Salute.
you.
For
Stein,
sure.
Salute.
final words, brother.
Hey man. Rock with y'all boys. I've been rocking with y'all boys for a long time before Leroy and Super was on it. But shit, before you was showing your face, Ron. And I know you were doing it behind. You feel me? I've been rocking with y'all
For a
that
long
long time.
time.
I don't want to say old boy name, but I've been rocking with y'all that long. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And
For sure.
I wanted to get into the topic of that weak ass Wayne album because people are calling me, hey man, you heard the Wayne? I'm like, but I'm not wasting my time listening to that shit. But I'm gonna get back for real. I'm gonna get back in there with y'all and chop it up. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all allowing me to come up right to the stage and
Salute,
talk.
brother.
Like, cause I
For
rock
sure.
with
Anytime,
y'all
brother.
like all day, love, baby.
No
Yes, sir.
doubt.
For
Yes, sir.
sure.
Appreciate you, bro. Anytime. Appreciate y'all guys, man. Appreciate it.
All right now.
Um, Super. Leroy, final words for the night, brother.
Um, again, I don't knock nobody's opinion on this matter because I don't think there's a right or wrong here, and people have a right to be concerned. Like I understand the concern because it is a concern. Like I said, I came in here making a liken to the atomic bomb as far as the concern level. So when we talk about technology and shifts in technology, they can have massive effects. But I'm just saying on me studying just uh human proclivities, what they're likely to do when a new technology hits the scene. I gotta say they're probably gonna go this route, and I just think that we should get in front of it, get in front and use it for your own good. Like I'm saying, if a new tool hits the scene, use it for your own good. Yes, there's gonna be people that use it for bullshit. We know that's gonna happen, but that don't mean that you can't use it for good, though. That don't mean that you can't program it a certain way to make something that's crazy. You know what I mean? You still can. You know what I mean? So that's all. You know?
No doubt, no doubt. Super. What's your final thoughts for the night, brother?
Hey, my final thoughts is just gonna be careful what we wish for. That's really my final thoughts. Be careful what we wish for. I mean, like I said, I like to pay attention, connect the dots, and theorize before shit hits the fan. So, when I look at this, I just look at all of the negative sides of what it's gonna do in the long run. I mean, like I said, like taking creative, the creative process out of the hands of humans. I think that's dangerous. I think that depending on AI for lyrics and songs is dangerous. I think that it's pretty weird and crazy that a music industry seems to be going against itself. I think that that's an odd choice for them to be doing. I mean, like I said, when you pay attention to everything, the industry is only pushing maybe 5 to 6 to 7 artists at a time that they're trying to, concentrate on and blow up. They not
Right.
into artist development. They not into supporting and having a bunch of celebrities and stars out at one time. They only can afford to have like 7 guys going on at one time. And the way that this year has been going, I mean, they tired of even supporting that many guys. So I think that it's all done. I think it's all a plan and all done on purpose. And we just gotta be careful, man. Just read the tea leaves, man. Keep looking, see why they doing what they're doing. The streaming, the AI, the taking of the jobs, the losing of the engineers, the whole thing. Pretty soon, it'll probably be 2 record labels out here with nothing but AI factory guys just sitting there pushing out and working on music and making sounds and beats and writing songs and doing the same shit. So I don't know, yo. If we love this shit, some of this shit we gotta reject. And I think that, AI music is something that we should be trying to put our foot down. And it's almost to the point that we might need to start putting our foot down even on streaming. I mean, I think we gotta give these artists some motivation to make
Direct
money
to
and to
consumer,
put out
baby.
music.
Direct to
Yeah,
consumer.
if we got to give them some type of motion to where they, we as the fans, we value them. If the industry don't value them, we still value them. We still respect the creativity that they have to offer, and we need to, really support that. And we might have to like start really rejecting some of this shit because in the long run, man, I mean, I don't see a bright future for music in general if we putting it in the hands of AI.
Good points. Good points.
That's
I
it.
want to say this. I want to say this. Respect our legends, right? Respect our legends. Look at sports. Look at hip hop. We can talk. They're both analogous, right? So we can look at, what Nas did with his Hit Boy run. Respect that run, but also respect the legend that's not at the peak of his powers 30 years later, right? And this is not, Shaq when he was on the Cavs or Shaq when he was with the Celtics. This is not when Karl Malone was on the Lakers or Steve Nash was on the Lakers. This is Lil Wayne in 2025. And whether you like the album or you don't like the album, it just is what it is. He's still a legend in the game. It doesn't take away none of that fact. You know what I'm saying? But, he's not going to be at the peak of his powers. Like Peyton Manning wasn't the same Peyton Manning he was in Indianapolis that he was in Denver. You know what I'm saying?
Real,
Aaron
real,
Rodgers is
real quick. Real.
hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. I'm cooking. Aaron Rodgers is
Okay.
probably not going to be the same, cat in Pittsburgh as he was in Green Bay. But Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. Remember the mixtape era. Remember the Carter 1, 2, 3. The block is hot. 500 degrees. Get off the corner, Wayne. And it is what it is. Leroy, go ahead because I want to continue. Go ahead.
Not No, no, no. I want you to continue. Someone said no one's going to stop streaming. I think if a bunch of popular artists go direct to consumer, I think that will start a change right there. And I think a bunch of artists will start going direct to consumer. When they start seeing their pockets looking way fatter, I think a bunch of rappers will choose to have more money. But go ahead, go ahead.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
I think we had Nick Love who used to work with Jeezy on the platform not too long ago. I think the cat's out of the bag. The genie's not going back into the bottle. I think those cars that I saw go down the Las Vegas Strip, there's no stopping them. Everything is fundamentally going to change. So I don't think streaming will
Yeah.
ever come to an end. I think because the most powerful artists are going to be in bed with the major record labels who are in bed with the streaming services, with Apple,
Yeah, I don't
Spotify.
think.
It's never going to change. It's never going. We're
Yeah, I don't.
past
I don't
that
think
now.
that it's
But
ever going to.
if
I
I
agree
can
with
make
you. I
if
agree
I
with
can
y'all
make
saying
10
that.
times more money, if I put if Nas and Primo drop this project and they say it's not going to be on streaming platforms, it's going to be direct to consumer. Yeah, streaming still exists, but best believe they're gonna make a lot of money. And I think if they put out there how much money they make, people would be like, "Wow, this sounds like a good idea." So that's I'm not trying to say streaming will disappear. What I'm trying to say is I don't think people understand how much money is in going direct to consumer. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. If it's
Right.
about money, you know what I
It
mean?
might have to start, like you said, organically. Some new hot independent guy that everybody just gotta have the music, and if he come out and recreate and set this new standard, and his albums is not on streaming platforms because and he lay it out and he get his fans to support him, and he's selling hard copies and people really
Or even
love the
if it is
music enough. It's possible, but it's wishful thinking. But
Mock
I really,
Homies
like I was just saying before. I mean, I think it's wishful thinking that to think that streaming is going to go away. I don't think that it's ever going to go away. So yeah,
no,
it's
So
it ain't
so
definitely
gonna
wishful
go
so
away.
so
thinking
I
to say
like I
that.
like to I like to solve problems in real time. So the machines are rising up. I think we need to fight against it. I think there's a coordinated attack on our culture. I think social media has created short
I
attention
agree.
spans. It has created a lack of creativity. It has created social isolation. It was thought that social media would connect us more with Facebook and IG, but it's made us more in our own echo chambers, made us more isolated. That's why you don't have any R&B groups anymore. That's why you don't have any female groups anymore. That's why you don't have any hip hop groups anymore. Everybody's individualistic. The selfie, the posts, everything is gone. So the brain is being rewired, and that's why the artist creativity is suffering. So what can we do at According to Hip Hop? What we can do? Email us some songs. If you know any dope MCs, I know there's a lot in Benjamin and Ink that we can holler at. But if you know any dope MCs, any dope
God.
singers, email us at info@accordingtohiphop.com. Maybe we can curate some of this talent. We'll platform it on our platforms and do it. We got to fight against the machine. We got to be the change that we wish to seek, that we seek in the world, right? We can't continue. If we can fight against
I've
it, go ahead.
tried. I've tried and I'm not gonna stop trying. We talked about I talked about doing my own music and dropping it here as well. But there's a bunch of artists that we can bring, but people have to be comfortable with not always paying somebody pennies. If somebody is asking for $9.99 for their project, you have to be all right with paying that. You can't always say, "Well, I just only want to give you $1." And or if you're not popular, it's
Well,
not about of course you want good music, so yes, they got to give you good music, but you can't just say, well, since you're not popular, I'm only going to give you a $1 for a stream, like, and then think things are going to change.
we're
Like, I
calling our
used to
artists.
love buying. I bought albums,
Hey,
you know
we're
what I mean?
calling our artists. According to Hip Hop Volume 1, email us these songs. We'll get
Come
the
on.
info at accordingtohiphop.com. We'll put it together. We'll package it out. We'll give y'all a good price. You know what I'm saying? It might be $2.99 according to what we want to put. We want to be the change we want to see, and we'll put out that dope music. One last thing. In
Hey,
June and July, we're gonna be moving and shaking this YouTube channel. Follow us at according to A2HH the game on X. A lot of these live shows will be exclusively on X and Twitter in June and July. We got some things in the chamber that we're cooking up. Also, I'm dropping the link in the chat. Follow us on our secondary channel, A2HH Uncut. A lot of live shows will be on that as well. And that's how you will find us. So go to Twitter, go to X, follow us there, follow us on the secondary channel. IG page will be back next week. We'll do some lives there as well. And that's about it. Keep fighting the good fight. Anything last thing before we
let
go?
me say this too, real before we bounce out of here, just to go with your last point that you just made. I mean, record labels, start forwarding us some of this shit too. Like, if y'all would have forwarded us that Wayne album, I would have been honestly told you, like, yeah, don't do this shit. I would have been honest. I would have told y'all, like, no, don't do Wayne like this, y'all. Put some more bangers on here, take some more songs off. Like, I would love to be in these think tank rooms and just give my real honest opinion. I really would, and I would really do it. So, I mean, we might need to make some connections with some record labels
The
so we
thing
can at
about it
least give
is,
the A-OK
a
or the
bunch of
thumbs
people
up for some of
agree.
this shit, because
Like a lot of what we say on this platform, the fans already agree. I'm talking about people in the chat. They agree. Then if the rappers, the real rappers in the industry, they already agree. Like, you'd be surprised on how many people agree about our opinions on streaming. They agree about our opinions about the labels. So if so many people all agree already, then we might as well just do it. That's what I don't think people understand. Like, a lot of people already agree with the stuff that's said on this platform. You know what I mean? From the fans and even other platforms that have similar sentiments, that's because they agree. And a lot of artists, established artists, already agree that we're going in the wrong direction. So we may as well get on the same page. That's all I'm saying. I'm done with
No
it.
doubt, no
You
doubt.
know?
Well, again, you guys can be anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to rock with us. You could be watching the NBA Finals, OKC versus Indiana, but you chose to rock with us. So we appreciate you guys. Again, follow us on X. Live shows will be on X and Twitter. Live shows will be on A2HH Uncut. We loading up this YouTube channel, and we got some big plans for it. And so we want to make sure we get that message out there. We appreciate everybody. Newsletters coming. Tomorrow on Twitter, we're gonna do a BET. I think the BET Awards come out tomorrow, right? We're gonna do a BET Awards watch party on X and Twitter. Tune in to me. I don't know who's gonna be there. Super. I don't know if you're gonna be there, but if you are, it'll be me,
I
Super,
should be there.
Leroy, Mike, Servan. The whole gang
Pull
will
up.
be on there. We're giving us our thoughts in real time as the BET Awards commences, and have real time commentary. Appreciate you guys. We love you. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Salute.
Love.